welcome in. I'm Honora, sweet and dapper Seaweed VTuber. Hello, Dip, I see you. Welcome on this day of various forms of love. We shall do therapy. You heard me. Oh, I forgot to undo it. Let me unclick it. Since this is a low-powered game, I am turning on the redeems to chuck things at me. I need to go through and Borgor, banana bear. There we go. You may now chuck things at me as an expression on this day of love and therapy. This should be... Nope, wrong. That's not what I want to check on. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Dip.
Run away!
What? You throw burgers and run, how dare you? No, that's quite valid. You just chucked the entire McDonald's and ran. Today we are doing couples therapy. If we have time, I also saw that there's a new Fathoms Below. But I think we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of it all, if you don't mind. Oh, it's thinking big boy thoughts. Finishing the main vampire. There's a story. Might be a little confusing otherwise. We was just going back and finishing if you already, but do you. Good. We have already finished that. Yes.
Good evening, Samuel. I know you are busy packing to go back home to the United States, but I thought you would enjoy one more therapy opportunity before you leave.
That's right. Advising teens to stick to abstinence.
Oh, sure thing, boss. I'm finding this therapy stuff real fulfilling, and I think I'm pretty good at it. No need to disqualify the positive.
You have faced the embodiment of lust, a furious mother, a fallen angel, a vampire from the ancient world, and even a child actor. I would say your pride is well earned.
Even a child actor! I can't deny that.
Well, thank you kindly, Andy. So what do we got tonight? A fascist dictator? A forgotten goddess? The head of the Illuminati?
Nothing so grand, but infinitely more complex. Tonight, you will tend to a couple. When one does not die, relationship problems tend to fester terribly. Most vampire breakups end with a stake in the heart, but perhaps you can prevent this.
Nothing to it? Brain died looking at that. I think you meant nothing to it, but I'm not sure. Anywho.
Here, take a look at their intake form.
Oh. That's what he sounded like when he said not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. And that's it. What was I watching? Oh, I randomly came across a clip of, I don't know what VTuber it was, but an English VTuber teaching someone whose English is a second language to say, bacon, egg, and cheese, and a cup of coffee. It was hypnotizing. Let's see. Client record, A. Mormo. R. Who? That's a name there. Osh Mazande 268 and 71. Oh, hot damn. Let's talk about a age gap, why don't we? Male and male, revolutionary France and Iran. This pair of vampires requested therapeutic help in resolving domestic disputes. Curiously, they both were killed after their respective revolutions in their countries. Oh, we're getting political tonight, I guess. They have expressed difficulties in communication, a common thread. In vampires with large age gaps, this pair has 197 years between them. In his V-mail, and Mormo expressed that his partner had difficulty with criticism and excessive defensiveness. Suggestion, keep contempt out of the room. Oh, that's easier said than done.
Good-looking pair, I'll give him that.
Physical attraction is a quick way to form an intense bond, but reality rears its head quite quickly.
There's a pretty big age difference. Probably causes some problems too.
Sometimes. Crimson and I often do not understand each other's references, but we see them as opportunities to learn.
So you're telling me this man right here knows what a skibbity toilet is?
The important thing is to remember that we are all individuals. With this in mind, what do you think is the most common distortion couples face?
Mind reading?
It's gotta be mind reading. It's the most exciting and the most terrifying thing about being with another person. We can't ever know their minds for certain.
That's right, Samuel. Time spent together can make a couple believe that they can read each other's minds, but this is an illusion. You may pick some other distortions you think a couple is likely to exhibit.
Oh boy. Okay. Overgeneralization. Should statements always right? Disqualifying the positive. Overgeneralization. I think that's a general baseline. If it's mind reading is the base. I could be completely wrong. Everyone's got their own problems.
Some good ones here.
I am certain they will all manifest themselves, my friend.
Oh, that's nice.
Good luck tonight. I am eager to see how you work with these two.
All right, I think I'm ready. Here they come.
Bonsoir.
Oh my.
Salam.
Well, howdy. Nice to meet you two fellers. Glad I could squeeze you in.
Very kind of you to find time for us.
Yes, I want to fix everything. Come on, let's go. Let's get started. I'm ready to do the work.
Oh my. I guess every nail looks like it needs a hammer to him.
It's good to hear you're raring to go, partner, but let's think of this less as fixing and more about helping you folks understand yourselves better.
Come now, mon amour. You have all the time in the world. I swear, you forget you are dead sometimes.
I'm not dead.
Undead, mon chaton, I know. I'm so sorry, mon ami du Far West. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Antoine Francois Momoro, but call me Momo.
Momororo. Momo.
And I am Reza Hushmanzadeh.
Nope, did not get any bit of that.
Well, howdy, Momo. Mighty fine meeting you, Mr.
Oh no. Oh no. Hushman Sadeh. Huge man satay. Hushman sod. I think the first two. I think huge man is funny too though. We'll give it a shot.
Who's man today?
Yes, very close.
I don't want to piss him off before we do anything.
Well, I'm glad I got it. Sometimes people think I can't get these foreign things right on account of this hat of mine, but I do my best. So, what's bringing you two to my window?
I simply asked Reza for a little more living space. I asked him to move to the other side of my castle, and this made him quite upset.
Did you just ask him to live in the shed? Is that what I heard?
You got a castle?
Do you not have a castle?
I know we vampires can get the castle mania, but I'm not sure why I'd need one myself.
So you could banish your boyfriend to the other side of it, of course.
It's the other side of a castle. You can walk, can't you?
He wishes it were a bigger castle so I could be farther away.
Hold your horses there. I'm sensing some feelings here. I know once we get them emotions up, we're shooting cognitive distortions all over the place. Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't come out of the gate and use terms like cognitive distortions.
That's all right. I know them already.
Uh-oh.
I know them too.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Well, shucks, that just makes this a whole lot easier.
Not in theory.
Now, Rizzo, what do you say about Momo wanting a bigger castle?
I think someone picked up a book on therapy for dummies. Oh no.
He wants a bigger castle so he can banish me further.
Reza, how do you know Momo here wants you even farther away? Did he tell you that?
Yes, he told me by banishing me.
Well, why don't we let Momo here speak for himself and see if he thinks that?
I don't want you farther away, Reza. I just need more time to myself.
Momo's saying he wants space, not to banish you, Reza. You might have been reading his mind some.
I'm just angry. I get worked up when I know he doesn't respect me.
Partner, Momo's the only one here who knows if he respects you or not. How do you know that, Reza? You might be doing a little mind reading here, or you might be thinking you're always right without evidence.
Oh, well, I know that can't be. I'm never right about anything.
Oh dear.
So, why are you saying Momo doesn't respect you?
Is this the equivalent of well, I guess technically grave robbing, and he decided to choose one that doesn't have a much of a self-esteem. Oh no. Oh no.
He talks to me like I'm a child. All the time he tells me how innocent I am and how I'll cool down when I'm older.
Oh, hot potatoes, no.
Age can be a touchy subject among us undead folks. How old are you, Reza?
I'm 71 years old. I'm not a bachelor.
But you are a baby, mon chaton. So am I. And you, cowboy? I'd say you are a bit younger than I am.
Oh, yep, born 1801.
So you see, we are all babies. Let us cry together.
Okay, yeah, I can, yep.
You see what I have to deal with?
Momo, it seems as if Reza doesn't like being called a baby.
He should not be so sensitive. Being called a baby wouldn't bother me.
Uh-huh.
Come on, compadre, maybe we're all babies, but I think you're old enough to know that your should don't apply to everyone. People are gonna feel the way they feel. You can't control that. Doesn't matter how right your should seem to you.
Like not all of us would like or can pull off this ensemble.
Yes, that is certainly so. You cannot force another to see the truth, not even at the end of a bayonet.
Well, they'll say anything just to make the bayonet go away, right? So, Momo, what triggered this desire for more space?
Nothing to do with Reza. I simply accept that the era of feudalism has ended.
Come again.
First of all, we must examine this notion that a couple must live together.
Oh, okay, so you didn't fucking talk about any of this, did you? Okay.
Under the feudal system, of course, it makes sense. The family must tend to the land and hearth, and ensure the lord gets his due. But couples live together out of necessity, ouais? It is no longer the 18th century. We are allowed the leisure and peace that the aristocracy has always enjoyed. And that includes peace from one another, n'est-ce pas?
You think you deserve what the aristocracy has because you are an aristocrat now. You're not a common man.
I'm sensing there's some deeper conflict here.
Only the oldest conflict, mon ami. I am afraid my dear boy Reza has taken my words a little too seriously. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. I wrote these words as a mortal, believing that we could wipe away the class system entirely, and that all humankind could respect one another.
And you're out here calling everyone babies. Okay.
And then you gave up. The French Revolution accomplished nothing. I plan to accomplish something in my country.
Oh. No.
Unless my memory fails me, the French Revolution sparked massive change in Europe, even if it did not achieve. And then
Oh,
Well,
wrong
say,
button.
I ain't that educated a man myself, but I know a revolution ain't ever a minor business. Even if the French Revolution didn't achieve everything its people wanted, you can't say it did nothing at all. You might even be diminishing the sacrifices of the people who fought and died.
Clearly, Reza thinks that it is nothing that they cut off my fucking head.
Oh my.
they killed me too. You don't see me giving up.
Because you haven't figured it out yet. The only way you will finish your revolution is if you kill every aristocrat, their children and their children's children.
Oh boy.
And it is not enough to kill all the aristocrats. You have to kill even the memory of aristocracy. And that you cannot do.
That's where you're wrong.
You're such a child.
And you're such a sellout.
I'm starting to wonder if you two are even dead. Your blood is so hot. I sure as shit hope there's something you appreciate about each other.
Of course there is. I adore Reza.
And I love Momo. I want things to be the way they used to be.
Well, Momo, why don't you start? Tell me what drew you to Reza.
Well, first of all, look at him. I'm too old to deny that physical attractiveness is part of his appeal. His Persian disco music clothing tastes are unfortunate, but it's exciting to see a little displayed masculinity. But beyond that, he is so passionate. His blood is cold, but he's all fire inside. He reminds me of myself in my youth. He sees a new reality, and he wishes to bring it into existence through sheer force of will. He is inspiring.
Well, that's beautiful, Momo. It's easy to fall for someone who fights for the impossible. What about you, Reza? What drew you to Momo?
I was obsessed with Momo before I even knew him.
Uh-oh.
I read about Antoine Francois Momoro back in university.
Oh, God. His name is Momo? Yes. That's a nickname. I think the actual last name is Momoro. But they said to call him Momo. But I think we're dealing with a fan situation here. Yeah.
Through his published works, he was my teacher. We could not have started our revolution without studying him.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how to unite the classes against their oppressors. That is genius.
Is this the lesson that they tried to teach in the one episode of Oron? You can't force your ideas on someone just because they look like a video game character.
Well, I'm glad to hear all these positives. Reza, Momo said you were inspiring. Sounds to me like he does respect you.
Fine, maybe he does respect me. But it's clearly my fault he doesn't want me around.
Reza sees himself as the cause of Momo's behavior. Most curious, wouldn't you say?
Fine, maybe he does respect me.
Buckaroo, you are making this all about you. Now, if Momo wants some space, that's up to Momo. Momo's got his own needs, and they might not have much to do with you.
But we were fine before. Why am I not good enough for him now?
Hombre, you gotta hear me. It ain't always about you. You could be the sexiest vampire on this earth, and even then, you couldn't expect to be wanted all the time.
Mon chaton, you are being dramatic. Why are you afraid of a little space?
You won't be interested in me anymore. You just want me farther and farther away, and eventually you'll want me gone.
Oh, damn, there's
Padre, you are jumping straight to the worst possible ending here. Has Momo suggested that he's done with you? There are always going to be question marks in a relationship. You don't know where this thing's going to go, but you're filling in the blanks with doom and gloom.
What I do know is that Momo always used to be happy to be around me, and now he's not.
Reza, I love you. What is that phrase you taught me? Jigareto Bokaram?
Oh, what's that mean?
It means I want to eat his liver.
Oh.
Oh, shit, I thought the cops here were kinky.
I don't want to literally eat his liver. It is, how you say, cute aggression? As in, I find him so irresistible, I wish to eat his liver. It's a lovely sentiment. But Reza, petite souris, you care so much. But you do not understand. I can care for you, but have my own concerns. I do not wish to be with you all the time, and you cannot force me to. Just as you cannot force your people to revolt. These are inevitabilities you must accept.
This is a strange supposition for Momo to make. He surely shaped his own country's revolution, even if not entirely.
I do not wish to be with you all the time, and you cannot force me to.
Momo, you said yourself that the thing that drew you to Reza here was his passion. Don't go shutting him down by telling him he can't have an effect on anything. He can't take control of history, but he can make a difference, just like you did.
Perhaps I misspoke. That was not my intention. Clearly, we have both caused a stir in our own nations. They would not have killed us otherwise. It is simplistic to think revolution is ever truly complete. Look at the word itself. Revolution. It is literally circular. France is now in its fifth republic. Authoritarianism rises, then the people get their turn. Authoritarianism rises once more, and the people rise again.
You once believed in progress for all.
Dear Reza thinks too highly of me. I coined this phrase in error. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. Liberty, equality, and brotherhood. Liberté and égalité can be achieved by the gun and the bayonet. But achieving fraternité, c'est impossible. because the upper classes cannot relate to those they hold dominion over. So their revolution, the cycle of war, shall never end.
I think I want to challenge you there, Momo.
Oh? This should be good.
There is something exceptional about us vampires. We don't die. My mentor, Andy, he's older than feudalism. We wouldn't recognize people from his time, and I reckon folks 2,000 years from now won't recognize us. If Rez is patient, heck, maybe he'll see the kind of future he wants to see.
I was not expecting this argument. Yes, I concede. Perhaps in 2,000 years, or maybe 10,000, class will achieve some sort of irrelevancy on a new planet. But such a distant future is hardly worth thinking about.
I refuse to believe that we die for nothing. Momo can wait forever for things to get better, but that is disrespectful to our comrades. Do you know that in my country it is illegal to be gay? That we have a morality police that forces people to act and dress as they dictate? It is not fair for future generations to have freedom when this generation must suffer. I died to make a difference. Both of you are trying to tell me that I fought and died for nothing.
We are doing nothing like that. You see threats everywhere, mon petit chaton. Does your mind never know peace?
And you don't worry enough. You think I'm just an irrational child. You think my ideas are pointless.
Both of you are going right back to the mind reading again. Look, we gotta sort out where the truth is here, and something tells me we ain't gonna do it while we're all here in the same room. I'd like to talk to you two by your lonesome, so I know where you both are coming from. Does that sound good?
I don't want to stretch this out forever.
Reza, dear, you forget we are dead. Have patience. Cowboy, I think this is an excellent idea.
Well, why don't we start with you then? You can come visit next week, and then I can talk to Reza the week after. The same time work for you?
Yes, I am not busy.
All right. Reza, you can hold on, right? I hope you two can schedule a nice date one of these evenings.
If Momo wants one.
Oh, you sulky baby.
Of course I want one, petit chouchou. We'll discuss it when we get home to our castle. Merci beaucoup, thérapeute. À la semaine prochaine.
Fancy French to you, sir.
You are fascinating to observe, my friend. You have a keen sense of when to cut in and when to let someone speak.
Petit chouchou, yes, yes. You could just a trick of the tongue. Either you call them petit chouchou or they're a petit chouchou. petty little child. Called him petty and told him to leave.
Heck, they showed me when to cut in pretty quickly. Them two are real good at getting on each other's nerves.
Long-term relationships are difficult for the undead. If you think the 7-year itch is bad, imagine a 700-year itch.
You need cream for that. You need a really, really heavy cream.
Have you been in a relationship that long, Chief?
Specifically, you need mayonnaise.
No, my longest was about 400 years. We were more than ready to kill each other, and indeed, that is exactly what happened.
Oh.
In retrospect, he wasn't that bad. I simply could not stand his constant hissing at me.
Oh.
But I am optimistic that you can prevent these two from suffering a similar fate.
Why was he constantly hissing at you?
I hope so. Them two are exhausting already.
Why not go for a walk? It is a fine night out. I believe the mortals of the city are engaged in some sort of celebration.
That's right. Gonna make sure our belt is fastened because we're gonna go to a rave.
Perhaps you can see what has them so excited.
Well, that's a fine idea, Andy. You have a good night.
Oh no, he's gonna get trapped in the Eagles parade.
Oh, I plan on it. I must appreciate Crimson's fine ass as much as I can before she leaves for the United States.
How he said fine ass.
No details needed. I'll get walking.
Rest in peace, my friend.
Sure is a fine evening. Mortals seem to be riled up about something. I can hear a lot of noise out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, Bert. You know what's going on out there?
What is he wearing? Bachfest.
Oh, really? Oh, I wouldn't have guessed. Oh, I see. Well, let me get this straight.
Andy's baked a pie. Rabbit season is rabbit. Rabbit season hunting's begun. A little vampire found that. No, I'm gonna go with the pie.
And he's baked a hot blood pie and he's left it right on the windowsill for us, hasn't he? You distract him and I'll go grab it. What? Is that not it?
Music von Johann Sebastian Bach, Bachfest Leipzig. Herbst is 2024 in Leipzig.
Oh, what's this? Oh, Bach Festival? People are really into Bach here. I never went in for that classical stuff.
Krauss Brandenburg Concerto number 2.
It's too many notes for the likes of me. All right, don't go reaching for your pitchfork. Maybe I'll go downtown and listen. Jeez, guess I hit a sore spot. I'll head into the city and see if I can't find out what the deal is with this Bach fella. Oh, well, butter my biscuits. I think that's the man himself. Johann Sebastian Bach. Doesn't look like a fella I drink a beer with.
What are you talking about, cowboy? Bach is the coolest.
Oh, sorry. Didn't realize I was talking to myself. You gotta admit, though, fella looks like his dog left him a present on the couch.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of these three. They bring the energy of the goth IT couple, but I suspect they are more powerful.
What are you talking about? Bach is a man.
Yeah, a real man.
Oh yeah, I would fuck him.
We just got out of the Bach concert. They played all the hits.
And this is why you do not stick your parts in any unknown holes. Sometimes they get it chopped off.
Jumping Jehoshaphat, what the hell was that?
Der Bachhasser.
Der Bachhasser.
Der Bachhasser.
Bachhasser?
It means the Bach hater.
There is no such thing as a Bach hater. Everyone loved Bach.
I would fuck him.
Which one did he use the third triplet? I have a feeling it's this one. And he just keeps mumbling that he'll fuck him.
Yeah, I picked up on that the first time. Is there someone out there who might have a bone to pick with Bach?
Dude, Bach is dead.
Wow, Bach is life, bro.
Why would anyone alive have a problem with the greatest musician of all time?
Maybe they ain't alive.
Whoa, that is deep.
Maybe this is one of our kind in need of help. I ought to track them down. I'll ask these kids some questions.
Has anyone ever seen the Screamer?
Has anyone ever seen the Screamer?
There is a legend that a ghost haunts the streets of Leipzig.
I heard it was a giant rat.
Wearing a hat. It was definitely wearing a hat.
Who wears a hat?
I'm just gonna fade into the darkness here.
When does the scream happen?
So when does this scream happen?
When Bach's spirit is pleased.
Then der Bachhasser is one of our music god's most famous pieces.
A total loser.
A rude person.
Hey, labeling is a pretty rude thing to do, you know. Maybe someone had a legitimate beef with Bach. I'm sure he wasn't all good.
Oh, he bites. Get the stick.
Shh. He didn't mean it.
Why would anyone hate Bach?
Maybe they don't like Lutherans.
It's because they hate music and our freedom.
They don't like Bach because they hate your freedom?
I think it must be another composer.
Richard Wagner was here.
Oh, supposer!
The Nazi.
The Nazi poser!
Being a Nazi poser is the worst.
I agree.
I think I've got some idea of what might be going on here. Potentially.
Yeah? Are you going to hunt down their Bahasa cowboy?
I was thinking about it. Sounds like a soul in trouble if I ever heard one. Based on what you told me, I think I can piece together the real story. Not everything these kids said makes sense. I better get this right or we'll be here all night.
It's something wearing a hat.
It's something wearing a hat. Who screams at Bach's popular music.
He screams at the cost of schnitzel.
And resents Bach.
So, what you're saying is,
The screamer is wearing a hat.
who is irritated by Bach's greatest hits?
Okay, please don't come after the cowboy man.
Because they resent a classical music god.
That sounds most logical. You must find their Bahasa.
And capture them.
Yeah, like the rat they are.
We already agreed it is not a rat.
Hold your horses there. I don't have to do a damn thing. I hope I can help this creature, but not because I should. I just want to.
Hammer.
Empathy. It's so hot.
Back away quickly.
Yeah, super hot. Like Bach hot.
I ain't ready to go on the hunt just yet. I've got some resting to do. I'm sure this ghost of Leipzig can wait.
He usually disappears when the festival ends. I hope you catch him, cowboy.
Yo, wanna get fucked up and listen to the Goldberg variations?
That was a sentence.
Oh, fuck yeah.
We hope you find their Bahasa cowboy. Bach on.
You Bach on too. Tarnation, this city really goes all out for Bach. It's made someone out there real sore. Well, I can't help anyone without rest. I can wait a little longer. Best get home to my coffin. Ugh, see you next time, Leipzig.
Good evening, Samuel. Have you been enjoying your adventures in Leipzig?
Oh. Oh, no. There we go.
Yeah, I suppose so. Folks seem to be in good spirits. They really like this Bach fella.
You don't like Bach?
Nah, I guess it ain't my style. Kinda showy, ain't it, with all them notes and all?
Perhaps you needed to be a part of the zeitgeist. It is hard to express what Bachmania was like in the 1730s. The screaming of teenage girls was unbearable. They would faint when they even caught a glimpse of the man.
Oh.
I favor his later works, however, even if they were more experimental. Perhaps you just need to hear it live.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you are seeing our revolutionary Frenchman tonight, yes?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him alone. Reza seemed pretty quick to offend. This might be a more peaceful session.
I certainly hope so. From the last session, what cognitive distortion of Momo's do you think gets in the way of his relationship?
Oh, he's literally dating what he considers to be a child.
He's being always right, ain't he? He seems like a smart fellow who's lived through a lot, but he doesn't know everything.
Excellent, Samuel. I knew you would recognize this pattern. What other distortions would you like to have in mind tonight?
Disqualifying. Should. Well, no. Always right. Should cover should statements, or at least close to it. Control fallacy. Overgeneralization. Labeling? Well, they were doing mind reading, so maybe we'll go with that.
Well, let's go with these.
Very well, my friend. Let us see what Momo has to reveal tonight.
Bonsoir, mon ami américain.
Bonsoir. Good seeing you again, Momo. How are you tonight?
Oh, hot tickety boo! I love them bonsoir.
What a question. How am I? I am dead. I am much the same as I was last night, and I expect I shall be the same tomorrow.
I was just exchanging pleasantries.
You do not have to do this. Death makes us free men, does it not? Let us not be bound by mortal society's expectations.
Okay, yeah, you get pissy.
Well, I like pleasantries.
Oh, come now. You are simply bound by an outdated social contract that dictates how we must greet each other.
Yep.
It is a form of oppression I know well. It is my field of study, after all.
Compadre, only I get to decide how I feel about pleasantries, and I reckon this idea about oppression is your own.
Don't let this man into the Midwest. He will give himself a migraine to re-death again. He will die so much from a migraine from Midwestern pleasantries, he will come alive again.
What's wrong with being polite anyway? We're all living on this planet together.
Run away! Run away!
Run from the Midwest.
And how does it improve our relationship if we waste several minutes talking about the weather or what sort of television we're watching?
He just doesn't have anything to input.
We can talk about anything at all, and we choose to say, "Howdy, nice weather we are having." We are intelligent, introspective beings. Let us not talk of things. Let us talk of ideas. Let us speak with purpose.
Okay, let's talk about the idea that you're too big for your britches. We're gonna go into the meat of it then.
If that's what'll work best for you, amigo, sure. Let's talk plain. What's going on with you and Reza, really? It seems his feelings are pretty hurt.
Yes, well, it is a relief to meet alone. He's so emotional. It's charming in its own way, but it is also exhausting. I remember what it was like to be him, to believe that I could construct a new world order.
But you're not him, and then you add in the whole cultural differences too, because you look pretty pasty white to me, sir.
He is a sweet-hearted fool, much as I was. One cannot make others listen to reason. They must find it on their own. I like that he is a freedom fighter, you know. In France, we value freedom more highly than anything else.
Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe we should have called French fries freedom fries, huh?
Mon ami, your politicians did exactly this thing. I found it quite a compliment. Of course, I cannot eat a potato, but I appreciated the sentiment. I love that Reza wants freedom, but he does not understand yet that his war is unwinnable. I'm simply trying to help him avoid frustration.
Why are you saying his war is unwinnable?
Because he is naive. He is a communist, you know, the sweet boy. He truly believes in the collective because he does not understand that there will never be a collective. I made the same mistake in life myself. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. But fraternité, c'est impossible. The privileged first and second estates shall never have common cause with the lower classes, and they can never be eliminated either.
Always right or control fast? Might be overgenerous. There's a couple of them.
Compadre,
Oh, okay.
I ain't sure I understand all this estate stuff you're talking about, but what I do understand is a heck of a lot of extremes. Impossible and never are pretty extreme descriptions. I've seen a hell of a lot of shit while walking in nature I used to think could never happen.
Yeah, Margaret decided to get it on with a deer. That was, the town had a meeting about it.
You believe I am using the polar thinking cognitive distortion, yes?
Yep, I called it. Yep, he pulled out therapy for dummies.
Oh, well, I'd like to call it Nosferatu thinking.
Cute. Very well, Nosferatu thinking. We know that Nosferatu thinking does not apply when there is a true binary, though, yes? I will amend my statement. In our current form, humanity cannot merge its clergy, landowners, and commoners. Brotherhood, fraternité, it is pure comedy. The comedy, of course, is that Louis says, Reza, and even I all believe the same fiction right to the grave. We cannot eliminate the classes. No one created the ancien regime that separated lords and peasants. It was inevitable.
Maybe you'd better explain this funny French stuff to me. Let me ask you some questions. Hold on. You keep mentioning these estates like I have any earthly clue what they are. You gotta slow down there, hombre.
It's simple. The estate was the official hierarchy of French society before the revolution. the time of peasants and kings. The first estate was the clergy. The second estate, the aristocracy. The church and the king and lords. Both of these estates paid no taxes and owned much of the country. They were both rulers and owners. The third estate was literally everyone else. The ruled class, the tax-paying class. When the king called the estates together, the third estate had but a single vote to represent the people.
Well, wait a minute, that's bullpucky. That's 2 against 1 by default.
Ah, bravo, the cowboy understands the brutal, inevitable reality of class systems.
Hey, come on, I come from a society where we don't have these estate things.
Oh, mon cher enfant de ténèbres, you have so much to learn still.
There's a lot I don't know, I ain't ashamed of that. In fact, I think I got some more questions for you. You mentioned this ancien regime thing. What's that mean in English?
It means the old regime, the old order, feudalism essentially. Society was run by the king in the capital, the church in Rome, and the local lord. We lived in small communities, blissfully ignorant of the concept of liberty. Our lords provided stability, and the church provided comfort. It worked pretty well for 600 years, until the church and the lords decided we peasants were too smelly to be around.
We peasants? Do you consider yourself a peasant?
Clever boy. No. I am clearly bourgeois. But we must have common cause, cowboy. We, the peasants, and the bourgeoisie are, as they say in your country, the 99%, oui?
Oh no, he's got the birds working for him.
I ain't so sure vampires fit into the 99% or the 1% as dead men, but let's not spend too much time on definitions. What's your beef with King Louis?
Ah, our last king, sweet Louis XVI. When I was alive, I believed him to be the symbol of everything I hated, as part of the tax-paying class. In retrospect, he had too tender an heart to be king. I believe he actually wanted his subjects to be happy. But we would never be happy again, not without his head. That at least he gave us.
What's with you people and chopping off heads?
You people? Not very politically correct of you, mon ami.
I didn't mean anything by it. Just seems funny to me.
It's symbolism. You have symbolism in your country, yes? We had 3 estates, and much like the Hydra, it had too many heads. If we did not cut them off, tyranny would never die.
Well, you could have written some poetry instead, maybe. But anyway, I think I can follow what you're saying now. So you're saying that Rez is naive because he thinks the classes can see each other as equals.
I had a pop-up that said, you learned everything you could about the French Revolution.
Exactement. This is what he is too young to understand. He believes his revolution can succeed, and he hates when I try to explain to him that it never will. In 1792, we founded the first French Republic, created in liberty for the good of all our people for all time. It lasted 7 years before we had an emperor. France is in its 5th republic now. How long will this one last? Not forever. It is, of course, doomed.
I gotta cut in there, Bronco. You're speaking with a heck of a lot of certainty here that the Republic is doomed.
You can't be serious. Are you suggesting that 3,000 years from now, France will still be in its glorious 5th Republic? Perhaps we will start a Martian colony that will be the center of trade in the solar system. And of course, we will speak space French.
Space French!
You're putting words in my mouth. I'm just pointing out that you can't tell the future. And doom ain't necessarily the end of every republic. Couldn't the Republic change to adjust to a new reality, maybe? Or heck, maybe there is an itty-bitty chance the Republic actually will be kicking around on Mars.
Very well, it is a wager. If the 5th French Republic is still here in the year 5024, I will give you my finest bottle of blood. Ah, but poor Reza, he still believes, in spite of thousands of years of history screaming the truth at him. He is angry at me for pointing out the truth to him. But why should he be angry with me? I did nothing but show him reality.
Hombre, I think you're doing a little mind reading there. How do you know it's the truth Reza's mad about?
Because when I tell him the truth about his pointless revolution, he becomes upset.
Well, maybe he's upset because of the way you're telling him the truth. Maybe he doesn't think the truth is helpful.
Am I supposed to let him deny reality? No. This is intellectually dishonest. How can he learn from me if I lie?
Momo, you ain't Reza's daddy.
Oh, now you are doing the mind reading, mon ami. But Reza is most irritating. He is angry that I do not share his passion. He seems to believe that I should still be chanting on the streets, bayonet in hand. What are you doing for the cause? You just sit there doing nothing. Of course I had to banish him to the other side of the castle, just for a little peace. Any good dear Reza can achieve is trifling at best. Let him have his silly, pointless little revolution. I already had mine.
Such cynicism. I doubt Momo's revolution would have succeeded at all with such a perspective.
Wait just a gosh darn minute. I think you ain't being too kind to yourself or to Reza by saying your revolutions were pointless. I don't know too much about world politics and stuff, but ain't that ancien regime you were talking about gone?
Ah, well, perhaps. Our structural inequalities did realign themselves. Changed leader corps in some small way.
Compadre, I know you get that nobody's gonna change the world in their time, but disqualifying the positive because you didn't win is cognitive distortion city. I reckon Reza's revolution addressed something the people wanted too.
You may wish to talk to him about that. I fear his revolution had fewer positives to disqualify. It is a shame, really. You know, when we first met, he idolized me.
How so?
The revolutionaries of his time looked up to the French. The bourgeoisie of Iran studied Rousseau, Montesquieu, and Voltaire, and were awakened. And dear Reza, he studied me. I was something of an intellectual celebrity to him.
And he realized you are, at your core, human, thus no longer able to be idolized, and became disillusioned with reality. And you might just be a little bit of a bitch. That's fine.
You see, I am no Rousseau. Through the simplification of language and the power of the printed word, I united the bourgeoisie and the peasantry. There could be no revolution without both.
So like, catchphrases? Tippecanoe and Tyler too? Or what was Andrew Jackson's catchphrase? Oh yeah, engines go home.
That is the stupidest thing I've heard in at least 80 years. Did Andrew Jackson actually say that?
I think it was more something his supporters said. Caught on though.
Just because I wrote to the common people doesn't mean I wrote trash. I wrote truth, and I wrote it well. Everyone was waiting to see what I wrote next in the revolutionary newspaper, Le Père Duchesne. In many ways, I was the people's voice.
No,
I
Virgin.
think we are entering Edmund Keane territory here, my friend.
Amigo, I ain't never seen a big group of folk ever totally agree on anything. You can't really think folks were waiting on your every word.
Mon ami, we sold more than 10,000 copies per newspaper. There was no other publication with such a wide circulation at the time.
I reckon there were more than 10,000 folks in France at the time, though, right? And I reckon you had a few enemies.
Aren't you doing the little trick of disqualifying the positive, though? I have heard you speak of such a distortion.
Hey man, we're just saying. You're not as top shit as you think you are.
I think you know I ain't doing that. But I ain't gonna mind read. Do you think I was disqualifying your positive by saying not everyone was waiting to hear from you?
Very well. No. Not everyone was waiting to hear from me. I had a particular target. I catered to the intellectual, but I do not mean it in an exclusive sense. You see, when I called for égalité, equality, I meant it. There are men and women of every class whose minds are ready to be opened. It was to them that I wrote. It was the sleeping intellectual who needed to hear from me. The commoner had been lulled into a centuries-long slumber by the church, but my reason, presented plainly, would be their awakening.
Now, hold on there, fella. I think you're overgeneralizing about commoners like me. It ain't fair to suggest we're all sleeping. We don't choose to be poor and exploited. That's just the luck of the draw. Pardon me for saying so, but you're making it sound like you've got all the answers, and we're simpletons just waiting to hear them.
Fine, I admit it. I am bourgeois. I do not see things as the commoner sees them, much as I would like to believe I am empathetic enough to do so. But it does not matter. At least I recognize that commoners and the bourgeoisie needed common cause. You are truly a most vexatious vampire.
Hey man, we're just saying maybe you're not as fancy as you think you are.
You ain't the first vampire to call me that.
Yes, I know. My friend Edmund Keane was the one who told me about you. I am not sure what you did to that man, but you certainly had an effect.
Oh, there's an effect, all right.
We just showed him a little reality, that's all. Sounds like we're both in the same business, huh?
Well, in the same business. I recognize the relative futility of that work now. Still, I came to you because I also value reality. That was one of the other things about me that used to earn Reza's affection.
How do you mean?
I am a man of reason. I believe in no gods. There is only one God, and that is the God that resides within us, the capacity to reason. God is the little gray cells within our skulls, and I revere the human mind. In my time, I was part of a cult. The cult of reason, we called it.
Oh, did you have matching? Oh no, you're too fancy for matching cloaks.
Alas, reason seems to be dead these days. The only place where I can find like-minded people is on Reddit.
Oh no, he's a Redditor. Oh no.
Said it?
It's a forum website. There is one in particular dedicated to atheism that has similarly enlightened people. They remind me so much of my compatriots in our great revolution.
Oh, that's I mean, depending on what side of Reddit you're looking at, but honey, what side of Reddit are you looking at? Oh, that's
We knew the value of the first estate, the clergy. No value at all. Why worship God? We should worship ourselves.
Hold on a sec there. Maybe reason was a fine enough God for you, but some of us are looking for something greater than ourselves. That ain't a bad thing. Having a faith doesn't mean we're radicals. Sometimes it just means we're looking for some order and purpose in a crazy world.
Ugh, don't tell me you're an Abrahamist.
oh, he's fancy.
I ain't never said I was. My faith is my business, personal to me alone. But we ain't ever gonna find common cause if you're judging me.
I will not deny that you seem somewhat rational. Perhaps not in your dress, but your thought.
Fuck you, this is a good hat. And I will see when the ads kick in, and then I'll take a bit of a pause break so no one will miss anything.
But still, why should it be dangerous to find faith in myself?
Honey, that's not the problem. The problem is you're being a little, judgmental hoity-toity over everyone else.
It was for this truth that I had my head cut off by my own compatriots. They thought this faith too radical. Reza watched radical Islamists take over his revolutionary movement. They killed him for being a homosexual or for being a communist. It does not matter which.
It a little bit does. A little bit.
I think it matters some.
Yep.
Not really. They feared Reza simply for being himself.
Yeah, but it depends on how you're gonna combat that.
It is no surprise that he was fascinated by the cult of reason and the church of the self.
Uh-huh.
He believes, as I did, that religion must be crushed in order for the people to gain their liberty.
But you've softened your opinion a little, it sounds like.
No, not at all. But religion, much like class, is resistant to extermination. All religion is extremism. That is what gives it its resiliency. There is nothing we can do about that.
No.
All religion is the same to Momo, but is it so? I doubt the faithful would agree with this theory.
No, not at all. But religion, much like...
Yep.
No, not at all.
That's
There we
getting
go.
partner. Power corrupts, ain't no secret about that. But whether it's the feds or the church or a company, there's always going to be corrupt elements.
Okay, we're going to take a brief break. I need to do a brief break myself. And we will be back at it. See you in about 3 minutes. And we're back. Hopefully everyone had a... Ooh, wrong button. There we go. A nice break. Got what you had to do. Maybe get some water. And now we go back into the discussion on how varying lines of politics and culture can define a relationship. Especially have you a 192-year age gap. Oh, now it's finishing now. Okay, welcome back.
But if we sit back and say, that's the way things are gonna be, well, we're surely gonna be proven right. That kind of Nosferatu thinking is a good way of giving up control. And that's a way to make sure the bad guys are the ones running the show.
Yes, of course. I do not disqualify the positive of what I did. We did temper extreme elements in both the first and second estates. Religion, like the state, simply needed a correction. The French Revolution was a correction, but power will always need correction, and it is the oppressed who must do the correcting. There's no equality in that.
Momo speaks a sad truth, and truth is reluctant to accept correction.
The French Revolution was a correction.
Momo speak.
The French Revolution...
I get it, Hermano. You're right. It ain't fair that the powerful don't have to fight for their places in the world. But focusing on that unfairness may be the thing that makes us resentful and give up when things ain't fair.
You are very clever. You should wear nicer clothes. People will respect your words more.
Rude.
Nah, I like my style. Besides, I think my folksy ways are working for me.
Pity. Yes, you are correct. I have perhaps become too resentful for one as young as I am. I admit it. There is an element to what Reza says about me that is true. I am a sellout in a way. But the truth is that I am exhausted. When I was alive, oh, how I burned for liberty, just as Reza burns. And he is so fucking hot when he burns. It really does remind me of myself. But reason must come before passion, lest we become the monsters we seek to depose. And my reason says to me, Momo, let your exhaustion be a lesson. Power will also burn itself. There is no need to fight.
If what Momo says were true, no one would do anything at all simply because of the exhaustion of being human.
And my reason says to...
You might be leaving a little too much to fate here, Hermano. If everyone thought like you did, no tyrant would ever lose power. Individual folks can make a difference, just not all the difference. After all, if no one resisted, how would anyone even know there was a resistance?
You are not wrong. A tyrannical leader must at least have some fear, and that we can provide as citizens. Perhaps I have been forcing my personal truth upon Reza, but I only aim to protect him. The poor boy burns himself in the flames of his passion. I did the same. I know what is best for him because I did the same thing myself. If only he would understand this.
Padre, I got no doubt that you've had your own hard realizations about what you need to find peace. And I got no doubt them realizations are right for you. But you're a man of reason, so I'll lay it to you straight. Maybe what's right for you ain't right for Reza. Maybe it ain't right for him now. Maybe it won't ever be right for him. He's a lot younger than you and me. He ain't found his peace yet. It took me 90 years of walking in the woods to find mine. Maybe he won't need to do that, but he's gonna find his peace in his own way, in his own time.
Damn it. Yes, well reasoned, and again most vexatious.
I've got that tendency.
It's just so damned odd. Ironic, isn't it? The thing that I find most frustrating about him is what makes me want to ravish him. Well, what do you think we should do then? My wisdom was what brought him to my castle doors. If my wisdom is pointless,
I ain't here to tell you what to do. If I've helped you reflect on some stuff, that's my job done, and I can't do more than that.
Cleverly played again, cowboy. Very well. I suppose all I can do for now is wait and see if his blood cools a little after you talk to him. But don't calm him too much. I like them spicy.
Oh.
I'll talk to him the same way I've been talking to you, friend. I think that's our time. Next time I'll see you two together, all right?
Of course, I shall be patient. We have all the time in the world, after all. Well, I thank you for the frank and well-reasoned discussion. A bientôt. Or since we are dead men in Germany, a bientôt? Huh? Oh, merde. Tot means dead in German. Please try to learn a language. Au revoir, cowboy.
Rude.
I do so enjoy watching you work, my friend. Even the most intellectual sorts are no match for your honesty.
Well, I ain't gonna play them at their own game, that's for sure. Maybe I'll go back to school and pick up a few PhDs eventually, but I ain't in no rush.
If you need a recommendation for any school, simply ask. I have connections at many of them. I assume I can trust you to not try dating the college mortals, especially out of high school.
Ain't my way, Chief. All the young mortals can talk about is their favorite music, and their favorite music sucks more than we do.
Was that a stab at Twilight?
You are not wrong about that, my dear. I fear the algorithm has taken to songwriting as well these days. Are you spending a night on the town tonight? The Bach Festival is in full swing.
Yeah, that's my plan. I'm still looking for whoever's got this beef with Bach. Seems like they're in a pretty bad way.
They aren't your responsibility, Samuel, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you know me, I love me some complicated folk.
That you do. Very well, Samuel. I wish you happy hunting. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Andy. Not sure Momo needs a therapist if he already knows everything.
Alright, that should clear it up. There we go.
Well, at least I can listen to some nice music. That Bach Festival's probably rollicking like a Saturday night saloon. Hey there, Johan. Doesn't look like you're in a good mood tonight. Mad about that Bach Hasser, huh? You must have pissed them off something fierce to keep them mad for 400 years.
Are you talking to yourself?
Welcome to Sebastania.
Old habit. Spent a lot of time alone.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Was just having a chat with the big man here.
I do not think he would understand English. Would you like me to translate for you?
Oh, that's all right. Just idle musings. It's right friendly of you, though.
If an American in a cowboy hat is taking an interest in Bach, I must encourage him. I'm Sebastiana.
Sebastiana.
Well, howdy, Sebastiana. I'm Sam. You a big Bach fan?
You could say that. I'm a musicology student at the University of Leipzig. I'm writing my thesis on how Johann Sebastian Bach was the original punk rock musician. Punk is all about being a rebel, defying authority and kicking ass. That was certainly Bach.
Goth vamp for the win. Not sure they're a vampire yet, but yes. Very nice styling, I agree with you. The hair is a lovely touch. I like it's like not quite green, but then the side and very nice color. Bach kick ass?
Bach kicked ass? How's that?
Bach wrote virtuoso music. Music that is meant to be performed by the best of the best musicians. And he demanded perfect performances.
Oh.
Too bad there ain't no kind of way to tune recordings, huh?
There is, Alter. It is called autotune.
Well, that sounds mighty fine. Maybe that auto-tune might make me a better singer.
You should not say these things in his presence.
Didn't he do a bunch of organ music? You know,
The Sex Pistols just played guitar music. Joan Jett just rocked the house every...
I don't know who them folks are, and I reckon I don't want to know what kind of bullets a Sex Pistol shoots.
Auto-tune. Oh, instant throw in the sunlight. I don't know, it might be funny. Because he would just sing cowboy songs. And that would be wonky with an auto-tune. That might be funny.
Have you been sleeping for 50 years or something?
Something like that.
Bach said fuck you to contemporary church music. There's nothing more punk rock than that.
How's a guy who did a bunch of church music a rebel?
I'm so happy you asked. I love talking about this stuff. In 1717, at age of 22, Bach was already the Concertmeister of Duke Johann Ernst III of Weimar.
Margaret, I want a concertmeister. Bring me the child from church. I wish to give them a flute.
He should have been Kapellmeister, but the Duke gave the position to his friend Johann Drese's son. Bach was furious that he, as a superior composer, had been overlooked, and accepted a job from the Duke's rival, Prince Leopold. When Duke Ernst found out, he threatened to throw Bach in jail And Bach said, "Fuck you, motherfucker, do it." Bach stayed in prison for a month before he was released. Now, we all know about him. But what do we know about Duke Johann Ernst?
Well, you messed with the wrong guy.
That's right, he messed with the wrong guy.
Sounds like Bach was a pretty tough customer.
He just took no bullshit. That's what punk rock is all
Fuck you,
about.
motherfucker.
His children were very lucky to have him as a teacher. But I have been talking so much about Meister Bach. I get excited if anyone will listen.
Well, listening's kind of my job.
I'm just happy to talk about my thesis. Not everyone loves Bach somehow.
Actually, that's why I'm here. I'm looking for this Bachhasser person.
The Bach hater? Ugh, I know about them. Look at the posters behind you. They struck again last night.
Johann Sebastian bitch. That's pretty funny.
No, it is not funny at all.
Well, I hear Germans have a different sense of humor.
It's not funny. It's stupid.
All right, well, what's the other stuff say?
Bach is saying I have a shit son. And the big words say, bad father.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. It's a kid thing.
You said his kids were lucky to have him as a teacher, though, didn't you?
Think we'll see the man lady in the dress again. No, she's... Well, I don't... She was more involved in the Italian art scene, so I don't think she'd be here.
Of course they were. He wrote the Well-Tempered Clavier not only as brilliant music, but to teach his children.
She wants him. We've put a delicate boundary there. She'd be back.
See? I have this piece of sheet music I've been studying with me. It is Johann Sebastian Bach having a musical competition with his son, Wilhelm.
Oh, that's... Ooh, that's a lot to unpack.
Oh, yeah? Who won?
Are you serious? Johann destroyed his son.
Dang, he was a tough fella. Maybe he did some damage to his kids.
That's ridiculous. He was a wonderful father. He got Wilhelm a highly competitive job at Sophienkirche in Dresden, when he did not even apply for it.
Oh.
I would not call that ein schlechter Vater.
Well, he sounds kind of overbearing. Maybe one of his kids could be this Bachhasser.
Even if that were the case, they would all be dead now.
In theory.
Well, that doesn't stop some folk.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. I'm just making a joke.
And you say Germans have a bad sense of humor.
I didn't mean to cause offense, ma'am. I'm just trying to track down this Bachhasser person.
I'm sorry. I live for Bach. I get a little defensive of a dead man.
Well, sometimes dead men deserve a little compassion, too.
Well, I apologize. It was not very punk rock of me. I must go listen to a performance, but I hope you have an excellent Bachfest.
Thanks, Sebastiana. Fine meeting you. I bet my last dollar that this Bachhasser is one of them Bach kids. Now I just gotta find him. Some other night, maybe. I think my coffin's calling me. Been a long night already. Well, Bach, sir, I hope you're feeling a little less grumpy next time. Adios, muchacho.
Good evening, Samuel. It is a beautiful night, is it not? What need have we for the sun when the moon is so lovely?
What need have me have for your sister when you agree to go out with me right now? Later, Gator.
You're in good spirits tonight, Chief. What's got you in a good mood?
Truthfully, it is you, dear Samuel. I have enjoyed our chats immensely, even when they have been difficult. You put me very much at ease. I can see why your clients bond with you so quickly.
Oh, shucks, I'm just folks. Ain't nothing special about it.
Just folks. Don't disqualify the good of your radiant humanity, my friend. You are meeting with Reza tonight, yes? He will be delighted to commune with just folks.
I sure hope so. Last time I saw him, he was bluer in a winter sky.
He feels alone. I am certain you will show him his common nocturnality with other vampires. What distortion do you think plagues him most?
It's fairness fallacies, ain't it? He's mad as heck that the world ain't kind to so many folk.
Exactly, Samuel. He is still young at 71, and the unfairness inherent in society affects him more keenly. What other distortions would you like to have in mind tonight?
Nine rating. Fairness valid. Would it be personalization? Oh, I don't know. Disqualifying the positive. Maybe always right? We'll do catastrophizing. I don't know how much I'll actually get.
Seems like these are a good fit, right?
I'm sure all of these distortions will be present in one form or another. Trust your instincts, my friend. I will leave you to it.
All right, I'm ready for some therapy. Here he comes. Salam there, Reza.
Salam.
Can I get you anything to drink? We got blood from all sorts here.
I'm not thirsty.
You want to jump right in then? I'm sure we got lots to talk about.
Is there? Momo told me how your session with him went. We all know I'm just a foolish baby.
Now don't go reading my mind, amigo. Whatever I'm thinking, I guarantee you it ain't that you're a foolish baby. Most of the time I'm probably thinking about horses. But right now, I'm focused on how I can be helpful to you and Momo.
Well, most vampires dismiss me because I am only 71.
I ain't gonna do that. Foolishness ain't got nothing to do with age. I've known some pretty damned ignorant 600-year-old vampires.
Edmund King.
I know. These old ones think they know everything. All I ever wanted was freedom for my people, and because of that, I got treated like a child.
That's a noble goal, Reza. I think every human being on this earth wants freedom.
But I already hear it in your voice. You think it's cute that I want something impossible to get.
I'll thank you not to try to read my mind, amigo. I meant it. It's a noble goal. I spoke my mind so you wouldn't have to read it.
But because you are old, you give up on the idea of freedom, just like all elderly vampires.
I am a little offended as a very elderly vampire. I know that I am not like many of my kin.
But because you are old, you give up on...
No,
But because you are old...
Reza, buddy, you ain't met half the old vampires out there. If you had, you know I'm a young buck myself in vampire terms. You're doing a little overgeneralizing there. You wouldn't like it if vampires younger than you thought of you as a boomer, right?
Dr. Sarat, I'm not a boomer.
Well, when were you born?
In 1953. Oh, but that doesn't make me a boomer. I'm a vampire.
So you can see where that overgeneralizing might not be accurate, right? You're gonna see enemies everywhere if you're assuming what others are thinking.
I just feel as though I'm the only one who wants to keep fighting. Maybe I really should sell out the way Momo did.
Oh, let's cut to the chase then. If you really think Momo's a sellout, what are you doing with him?
I just keep hoping that the man I fell in love with is still there. He made the French Revolution happen. He got people, regular, common people, to stand up for themselves. He gave me hope that I could do the same thing. I just thought that Momo would understand. He's a legend. He's so smart.
And we come to the crux of it. Except you, and then as human, you put him on a fucking pedestal, and then the other one views him as a child. Oh god.
Well, how did you two meet?
I met him on Sedit's atheism forum. The way he wrote, it spoke to me in a way no one else could.
Oh, it's worse than I thought. Alright, that explains a lot of shit they met on Reddit. Okay, Yep. That makes sense.
He gave me perspective on what happened in my country. We didn't have an Sky Daddy to fight against, just our leader, the Shah. Momo explained to me why the revolution in my country failed where his didn't. The French understood the church was their enemy, but we let them be our comrades.
Okay.
The Ayatollah Khomeini told us the religious leadership would let the people govern Iran after the revolution, and we followed them like sheeple. Of course, the religious lied.
Oh, God.
Well, slow down there, cowpoke. I gotta ask you about some of this stuff. So, I ain't too familiar with your country's history. Why were you fighting the Shah?
He was an insecure Koschesh. He and his oligarch friends just wanted to get richer and richer and richer. He would have sold us and our oil to anyone, and did. To you and to so many other countries.
Hombre, I was wandering in the woods in the 1970s. Ain't got nothing to do with me, and I got no use for bubbling crude myself.
Well, your government did. And the Shah was happy to give it to them, while throwing students like me in jail for criticizing him.
You spent some time in the pokey too, huh? Spent a good chunk of time there myself.
An Iranian jail in the 1970s was a place where you were tortured if you were a dissident. They did a lot more than poking. They didn't even let me keep my sideburns. Animals.
Momo said your revolution failed. How's that? Isn't the Shah gone now?
Yes, Momo explained it all to me. I studied the French Revolution in school, of course. We all did. But Momo showed me our mistake. The French Revolution was the third estate against the first and second estates. But in Iran, we let the first estate into our movement.
The first estate's the church folk, right? And y'all made common cause with them?
Mosque people, but yes. We couldn't make the people revolt without them. But Momo says if that's true, we weren't ready for a revolution yet. Momo is so smart. I wish I could have met him in the 1970s, but he says we would have just done a lot of cocaine together.
Shucks, I remember when they sold that stuff in soda bottles. Why do you think they call them soda junkies?
Oh, oh.
What are sheeple?
They are people who act like sheep, following whoever tells them what to do. Khomeini only gained power because we gave it to him. God worshippers are very good at being sheeple. Momo and I bonded over talking about how silly they all are.
Oh god, it's so bad. Not only does he idolize them, he can do no wrong, and the age gaps. Oh, prevalent. It sounds like when an older man decides to date an 18-year-old. Oh, God.
You and Momo use a lot of these funny terms. Sky Daddy and sheeple and whatnot.
Well, not even, well, okay, the stereotype would be an older man dating a younger woman, but yeah, anyone really older and it's like, oh, I'll groom you into being my partner. I'm like, what?
Everyone in the atheism said it does, because we aren't sheeple.
Huh, okay, you contradicted yourself there, honey. Big old contradiction.
Yep, wouldn't want to go against the green there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I get it. So, you two hit it off because you ain't fans of religion?
It was that at first, and then I found out who he actually was, and I was starstruck. He's Antoine Francois Momoreau. He published the revolutionary newspaper, and he was a vampire, killed by his fellow revolutionaries like me.
You too, huh? How did that happen?
It wasn't as poetic as cutting my head off. I was dancing in the disco with my comrades when they showed up. They shot me, the fools. The bullet hole on top is the one that killed me. I showed it to Momo during one of our video chats, and he started flirting with me.
Yep.
Well, can't deny that you're in pretty good shape for a 71-year-old.
Sometimes being a vampire is pretty good. I was saved by one of my two-day brothers who turned out to be a vampire.
What happened today?
Today, the Communist Party in Iran. They're gone now. We either left Iran or Khomeini had us killed. At least the ones who could die.
Huh. I ain't never met a communist vampire before.
Why should we not be communist? If we live forever, we should commit ourselves to achieving equality for all.
Oh, okay, maybe I should have replaced catastrophizing with shit statements.
You're drawing a hard line in the sand, Reza. What about you? What about what Reza needs and wants?
It isn't right for me to get what I need and want while the people of my country suffer.
But Reza, if you're looking for fairness in whatever direction, you're fighting an impossible war of expectations. I mean, heck, look at us. We're vampires. We gotta drink blood to survive. There's nothing fair about that, but it is what it is. We gotta manage these expectations if we're ever gonna find peace. Maybe you don't need to live in luxury, but you can give yourself a few comforts. You got endless time, amigo.
You don't understand. I can't wait that long. Do you know what being what I am is criminal in Iran?
They got a law against being vampires?
They have laws against ungodly things like being gay. They even have a law against disco. They come in and say, you can choose God or choose disco. You know what then? I choose disco. They try to stop me from being what I am. You Americans don't know what it's like. You're free to be whatever you want to be.
Oh. That's a little potent right now.
Compadre, I'll remind you that I'm over 200 years old, and I haven't considered myself straight for 100 years. Butt stuff was illegal even in California until the 1970s.
Butt stuff.
Now, I ain't denying that what your government's doing is awful, but you gotta remember your common humanity. You're not the only one suffering, and it ain't up to you to save everyone who is suffering.
You sound just like Momo. Did you know that when he was alive, he was straight?
Nope, didn't come up. Most of our kind are pretty flexible on this stuff after 100 years, though.
Well, he didn't have to suffer. He had a wife. He was allowed to publicly make her into a goddess at the Festival of Reason. Unlike me, no one judged him. It is unjust.
You're saying you wish Momo had suffered for being straight? Reza, you gotta see that ain't healthy. Maybe you can see how if you're not careful, this striving for fairness can turn into striving for revenge. And let me tell you, revenge ain't got no ending.
I know. Momo Ro told me about the Reign of Terror, how they were cutting off everyone's heads until eventually they came for his. They killed him for being an atheist. It turned out the revolutionaries still wanted a sky daddy after all. But don't you see, he was so close. If Momo had kicked the god lovers out completely, the revolution would have succeeded forever. I know it.
Reza, you're playing a mighty big bet there. Even if killing religion were possible, how do you know that that would make a revolution successful?
I just know it. The first estate turns us against each other. That's what Momo taught me.
You just know it? Sounds like you're taking a leap of faith there, partner.
I'm not religious.
I didn't say you were, amigo, but you are accepting a truth solely on faith. And we're here to discuss reality, ain't we?
You and Momo sound exactly alike. Reza, you're being a child. Reza, you need to be more moderate. If people like me weren't fighting, the aristocrats and the clergy would begin a new dark age.
Always right or catastrophizing? Nope.
Having lived through the Dark Ages, this is only somewhat true. But we are always growing and changing as a species, if slowly.
Whoa there, compadre. I've known powerful folk in this world, real awful ones that are wreaking havoc back home. But a new dark age is going a bit far, ain't it? You might not have seen progress in your lifetime, but people are making progress. Every century brings new ideas we can't help but build on. There ain't no going back completely. The country I was born in's got problems, no denying that. But nothing like the problems it had when I was a boy.
Whatever. That's the kind of thing Momo says. It's the same as Reza. You're a bad shape. Do you need your diaper changed? Meanwhile, Momo cares about the stupidest things. So what if I leave a little blood in the wine glass? It's just blood. Who cares if I don't wash the sheets? We don't sweat anyway. I didn't deserve to be banished to the other side of the castle for a few bloody goblets. Momo is the one who turns it into an argument. I didn't do anything wrong.
I believe Reza is using his virtue as a shield against household responsibilities. He has some part to play in his relationship woes.
I didn't deserve...
Maybe it wasn't too fair for Momo to banish you. And there are plenty of boyfriends out there who get rewarded for being layabouts. The good, the bad, and the ugly of it all is that the universe doesn't give a damn about who's good, bad, or ugly.
I'm discovering that. I know Momo is rewarded more for his investments than he ever was for sparking his revolution. Nobody's going to give me a castle for fighting the good fight, but for Momo, it's easy to be rich. You know, he doesn't even like the Bee Gees.
Everyone was like, hey, Bee Gees, and they were like, boo, not the Bee Gees.
Just don't understand how he can care about things like stuff and property. He was supposed to be egalitarian. Maybe I am no better. Look at me, I live in a castle now. Some revolutionary I am. Maybe my people are suffering because of me. All people like me. People who value comfort instead of justice. Why should I have comfort? What have I done for my people other than die?
Hot dang, Riz, are you hearing yourself? What have you done for your people other than die? Compadre, you gave your life for a movement. That ain't nothing. Shoot, that's the biggest sacrifice you can give.
But it achieved nothing.
How do you know that? You've only got your perspective. Maybe it seems like nothing to you, but when people die for a cause, it doesn't go unnoticed. Maybe it ain't the thing that overthrows the dictatorship, but it won't ever be just one thing.
Please, My getting shot changed nothing. But Momo is a legend. He defined the language of the 99%. What did I do? I died. Big deal.
Why are you comparing yourself to Momo? Momo's Momo and Reza's Reza. You ain't never gonna be the man Momo was. Only Momo could do that. And nobody's ever gonna be the man you are, Reza.
I feel disrespected, which confirms for me that Momo doesn't respect me. And why doesn't he? Because I accomplished so much less than he did.
Amigo, you're thinking with your heart there, not your head. You're feeling disrespected, but that feeling doesn't make reality. Why did Momo start dating you in the first place?
He said it was because he admired my fire. That I made him feel alive again.
That doesn't sound like disrespect to me. So why are you reading his mind?
Okay, fine. Maybe you're right. Maybe he does respect me a little bit. I just feel so small compared to Momo. Momo got to do so much in his life. I didn't have the chance to do much of anything. I was only 25 years old when I died. It's not right.
Reza, buddy, you're comparing a lot of things. You're comparing yourself to Momo. You're comparing your short life to the long lives of others. What's it doing for you, friend? I know it doesn't feel fair, believe me. I spent most of my youth being angry at my country for taking my daddy away. It wasn't fair, but then what the hell is? We only got the power to do what we can today. Ain't no universe bending to our will, no matter how passionate we are.
But if we could only do away with religion, things would be so much better. On the atheism side, we know that there could be a new enlightenment.
That read it again.
Oh boy, Reza, do you know who Raziel is?
No.
Never mind. Let me tell you straight up, this internet thing might be influencing your opinions a little too much.
Dear sir, let me tell you about the angel named the algorithm.
You want my advice? Go on a date with Momo. Don't talk about no revolution or religion, just enjoy each other's company. There's a reason you liked each other in the first place, right?
I guess so.
So go appreciate each other. You're in a long-term relationship, amigo. And now that you're dead, long-term can mean a real long time. Appreciating each other is crucial when a long-term relationship could mean hundreds of years.
Okay, you're right. A date sounds nice. Maybe we can go out for Persian. There is a club in Paris where they sometimes play Persian disco, and everyone puts very nice cologne on their necks.
Well, that don't sound too tasty to me, but then to each their own. I'll see you in Momo next month then, okay?
Okay. Well, thank you. You're a very nice man.
I'm just folks, as I like to say. You take care of yourself, Reza. Give yourself a break.
Thank you, Mr. Waltz. Khod Hafiz.
Oh, yeah, good office to you, too.
Good office.
Well done, my friend. The fire of youth burns brightly, does it not?
Oh, no kidding. I still remember what it was like being all piss and vinegar.
I have not heard this phrase, but the combination does sound unpalatable.
What's the phrase? Nowadays, I'm more piss than vinegar.
Still, I am grateful for young vampires like yourself. We old ones can easily become complacent without a little nudge.
You hear that, Chief?
Someone either stubbed their toe or slammed their penis in the car door.
It has been most persistent these nights. The musical mystery deepens. Are you going to play detective tonight?
I was thinking about it. Might need to moonlight as a detective if being a therapist doesn't pay the bills.
Oh, Samuel, you live forever. You should put your money in CDs and wait.
What?
CDs? I've already got wax cylinders back home. They're probably worth something.
We must have a talk about financial literacy sometime soon.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get to my walk then.
Actually, he's not wrong. Because of how physical media is disappearing. Yeah, actually, investing in CDs would be... Huh. Interesting.
You done yet, Sugar Blood?
She's back. The woman with all the eyeballs is back.
I'm eager for our evening to begin.
Yes, dear ones. Samuel and I were just wrapping up.
Andy, are you hooking up with both these fine ladies?
Excuse me, cowboy. These two are my dinner tonight.
Gosh, I see you're living like a true vampire already.
Are you seeing anyone, vampire?
Well, no,
Now, do not pressure our beloved cowboy. When he is ready for love again, he will know. Samuel, I wish you a fine evening. I trust you will know how to make the most of your opportunities.
I probably don't need to tell you three to have a good night, but I will anyway. Good night, y'all.
See ya, cowboy.
All right, I'm feeling good tonight. Think I can find one of them bot kids.
That's right, Harold. I just went down to the street around midnight or so, and I just found out these buck kids. No, I don't know why. No one had any kitty leash on them.
I'll head down to the square. Tarnation, folks here can't seem to get enough of back. I don't really get it. Sounds like a bunch of doodly-doodly-doo to me.
Hey, you're talking about Johann Sebastian Bach.
I like her. Well, okay. If this wasn't scalloped, this not so much, but mostly just if the collar wasn't scalloped, give me the shirt. Very nice blouse.
Oh, shucks. Seems I can't sneeze in the old man's direction without getting the 3rd degree.
Rightfully so. Technically speaking, he's the greatest composer who ever lived.
Well, what about not technically?
I guess there's subjective taste, but you can't listen to his violin partita number 2 in D minor, BWV 1004 if you like, and think that he's anything less than brilliant.
I'm afraid I ain't never heard it.
Oh, but you must! He was a master of compound melody. Just think of it, perfectly weaving back and forth between different implied melodies.
Hey baby, I love your implied melodies. Can I imply some more? No, I had a very terrible pickup line last night. What was it? Oh god, what was it? Oh, it's gonna aggravate me. Oh, it was perfectly stupid. Oh, I can't remember. It was cringeworthy. Well, here, I'll leave you with this bit. Hey, baby, didn't we go to different high schools together?
His use of imitation is absolutely astounding. A contrapuntal dialogue that creates a melodic stratification, but with complete control. You must hear the gigue from the 5th cello suite. It actually contains an imitative counterpoint, a theme with an answer. But where was I? Oh yes, BWV
Really, make her stop.
It's a chaconne, or a dance in triple meter, similar to a saraband.
No, I'm interested now.
But the special thing is that it's simultaneously composed both of themes and variations.
Okay, so the entire theme is cutlery, but there's variations. So there's like a fork, there's a spork, and then there's the sexy spork.
It's all constructed over an ostinato bass, which functions as a chord
She's going to go on forever.
But then he layers another progression on top with a 4-note descending scale figure, then changes both progressions at will. He's just so cool.
Showed deep interest in musical theory. Bacchanalia. That got me an achievement.
And I thought German was hard to understand. Sorry, I haven't gotten your name. I'm Sam.
How do you do, Sam? I'm Johanna.
How do you do? I ain't heard people say that in scores of years.
Why ever not, I wonder? It's a perfectly decent way to introduce oneself.
I ain't heard anyone say why ever or oneself in a long time either. Could this be one of my kin? Well, maybe I can suss her out.
Get excited about blood? No. Make an outdated reference. Maybe. Make a joke only vampires would like.
It's real nice that they have the Bachfest run into the night. Some of us are eternally night owls.
Oh, I completely agree. I'm a night person myself. It's much easier to concentrate when the world is quiet, don't you think?
She's not a vampire, she's just introverted.
Would you like a cough drop, by the way?
Oh, no, thanks. I appreciate the offer, though. Well, dang, that settles it.
Nope, no it does not.
She's got a smile sweeter than honey fresh from the comb. Reminds me of a lady I had a crush on back when I was alive. Sweet Bessie May. Never had the guts to ask her out.
Sam? Are you well?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm fit as a fiddle.
Perhaps a fiddle that needs a tuning?
Don't we all? Dang, witty too. Wonder if she's from my time. Say, I've got a question for you.
Oh? What is it?
Sweetly ask her out, suavely ask her out, charmingly ask her out. Oh god, okay. I think for Sam, the best course of action would be either number 1 or 3. Because I feel like he's gonna trip over his own feet for Suave. We'll try Charm. I'm gonna cringe, I just know it, but we'll try. We'll give him a shot.
I was thinking.
Never mind. All visions of choice lead to the same.
Yes?
Well, dang it, I forgot how to do this. You know a lot about Bach. What do you know about where his kids ended up?
Oh, you poor man.
What a bizarre question. I'm afraid I don't know. I suppose I would check the local graveyard.
Oh, right. Yeah, thanks.
You're interested in Bach's children, but not Bach himself?
Well, yeah, I got my reasons.
You're a strange man, Sam. But you must get properly introduced to Johann Sebastian Bach. I'm gonna perform his sonata in B minor soon at the Marktplatz. Would you like to join me?
That sounds mighty fine, Joanna. Mighty fine indeed.
The night awaits then. Come on, cowboy friends.
And once again, the master therapist enters his domain. How are you this evening, Samuel?
No, we're gonna go into his diary. Say anything. No.
Fit as a fiddle and ready to get back to therapizing. I've got both them boys coming back in.
Yes, I am curious to see how you handle Momo and Reza. Now that you've gotten to know them, what do you think is their biggest challenge?
Oh, they don't fucking talk to each other.
Well, let me think.
They don't have enough sex. Reza doesn't do enough around the castle. They don't respect each other. Them boys need Jesus. No, they have it. It's called Reddit. It just might be that.
Sounds like Reza's too busy with his revolution and leaves messes around the castle. Cleaning up ain't too hard.
Domestic duties are certainly important. Crimson is always pleased that I never leave the toilet seat up, but of course, I do not use a toilet.
Huh.
These issues may seem small, but often they are symptoms of a greater relationship strain. After all, Momo once did not mind Reza's cleanliness issues, correct?
Yeah, but it compounds.
I hate to say it, but them two need Jesus. Or something like Jesus. While they're fighting over revolutions and who's smarter than who, I'd say them boys need something greater than themselves to believe in.
An interesting notion. Would believe in something greater than themselves give them peace? However, I believe that is a part of their personal journeys, not their relationship.
They don't respect each other. Momo thinks Reza's wasting his own life, and Reza thinks the same thing about Momo.
Yes, I fear this is the root of their problem as well. A relationship without respect cannot be healthy.
Shoot, I reckon that too. It's hard staying optimistic for them.
Do not abandon hope for them, my friend. Perhaps this respect still exists, but it is buried beneath recent hurts. I trust you will do the best you can. But hark, the time of the appointment nears. Choose your distortions.
Okay, mind reading. Control fallacy. Definitely always right between the two of them. Disqualifying the positive. No. Control for him, fairness for him. Always right for both of them. Maybe I should just throw disqualifying the positives for shits and giggles.
Locked and loaded.
Very good, Samuel. With your gun of truth, may you blow cognitive distortions into a fine red mist.
You're making fun of me.
You practically begged me to, my friend. I will leave you to your clients.
All right, let's see if I can't help these two boys.
Bonsoir, mon ami.
Salam. Well, bonsoir and salam to you gents. It's good to see you both together again. I've gotten the chance to talk to you both on your own, and I've got a better sense of where you're coming from. It's clear that you two have a lot in common. That probably helped you bond in the first place. Now, let's see if we can find it again. What do you think?
I find this most agreeable. I am eager to have an happy castle again.
Okay, I will try it.
Good. Let's start with some positives so we can remember why we're here. Momo, why don't you tell Reza something you appreciate about him?
Very well. Reza, I love your eyes and your ass. If anything could convince me of God's existence, it might be that ass.
I was about to say, he's gonna say something about chest hair. Nope. Nope. He went further down.
That ain't exactly the kind of appreciation I was looking for. What about Reza as a person do you appreciate?
Yes, well, Reza, you are such a passionate damn soul. You are all fire inside.
Meaning you think I am all passion and no thought?
Whoa there, Reza. When did Momo say that, huh?
That's what he meant. He thinks I'm impetuous.
Huh. I thought dead people didn't get earwax, but maybe I ought to check, because I didn't hear him say that at all. You want to try responding to what Momo actually said? Because that's all he's giving you to work with right now, hombre. Momo just said he appreciates your fiery spirit. What do you say to that?
Yes, I'm sorry. Momo, thank you. I appreciate your words.
Well, that's much better. Now, why don't you tell Momo something you appreciate about him?
We'll pass the talking stick around.
Momo, you are so smart. You have taught me so much about life and death. I don't know why you would be interested in me.
I don't want to cut in again so quickly, but Reza, Momo here was interested in you for a reason. A lot of reasons, most like. You got something to offer in this relationship. Otherwise, why would he be wasting his time with you? Anyway, I'm pretty sure I asked you to tell Momo something you appreciate about him, not knock yourself down.
Okay. Yes, I am sorry.
No need to apologize. Just tell Momo something you appreciate about him and leave the part where you're tearing yourself down out.
Oh, actually, he died when he was 25. Got onto Reddit. Yeah, he's just emotionally stunted. Okay.
Momo, I appreciate your intelligence very much. You are certainly the smartest man I have ever met. Oh, merci, mon poussin. I am glad you appreciate my intelligence. I hope you understand that when I advise you, it is not to control you. I am simply right, through ages of experience.
Momo, buddy, you said you know about cognitive distortions, right? So you must know you're being always right now. You might have a lot of experience, but even though you're a 200-some-year-old vampire, you're still human. There's a heck of a lot you don't know. And even if you did know everything, not all that advice would be right for Reza.
Am I being lectured by a cowboy who is younger than I am?
Yes, you are.
Yep, you sure are. If you're the man of reason you say you are, you'll hear me out. I ain't all-knowing, but you ain't either.
Oh, very well, of course. I have learned much, but there is much to learn yet.
You see how he tries to act like my baba? Maybe I don't want to be told what to do all the time.
Do you hear what Reza's saying there, Momo?
I'm not telling him what to do. It's up to him whether he'd like to listen to me or not. I'm not forcing him to do anything.
He's telling you he doesn't have a daddy kink.
The only thing I'm telling him to do
in this
is to
aspect.
after himself a little if we are going to live together. Do you know he leaves blood-soaked clothes on the floor? Blood glasses left in his coffin? It coagulates overnight. Absolutely disgusting.
Ooh. Huh. Yeah, that's not good.
He's leaving bloody messes because he knows it will irritate me.
No, you just let him get away with it.
Hombre, do you really think that Reza is leaving messes just to irritate you?
Ouais. He is trying to make a statement that I am too fastidious.
So what you're saying is Reza carefully puts his bloody stuff everywhere so you can find it. It's all a plot just to drive you up the wall. When he leaves a bloody shirt on the floor, he's thinking, gee, I bet if I leave this out long enough, it'll attract flies. That'll really get to Momo.
You are making fun of me.
A little bit.
I'm exaggerating a little so you can question the way you're thinking. Reza might care less than you do, but that ain't the same as targeting you.
I always clean up eventually. I don't know why a few bloody shirts has to be more important than, I don't know, the ancient war on the lower classes.
Sir, it's still disgusting. While I don't appreciate his finer point, it's still... If you had a maid, she would have killed you by now.
Ugh, there he goes again. Anytime he doesn't want to do anything, it's the Great Class War. The Great Class War cannot end, so what a splendid excuse to never clean up. This is why I told him to move to the opposite end of the castle.
Okay, you two, let's turn down the heat a little. Don't want to start decomposing here. Momo, why don't you try telling Reza why it bothers you when he leaves his bloody things around?
Very well. Reza, when you leave your bloody messes everywhere, it makes me feel you don't respect me. You know I care for aesthetics.
Reza, you want to reflect that back to Momo?
You're saying that I don't respect your love for aesthetics by leaving very small messes.
That wasn't exactly what he said, but let's accept that. The reason I asked you to repeat back what he said is so you keep in mind what you know, not what you think you know. Now, hearing what Momo has to say, do you think you could make an adjustment to consider how he feels?
So now I have to be cleaning all the time. What about my needs?
Momo here told you he doesn't feel respected when you don't clean up after yourself. It's up to you to decide how you're going to respond to that.
I understand that it bothers him. But what I don't understand is why he cares.
Mon cœur, you were the one who said our blood bags should not have to clean up anymore. You said we were oppressing them.
We were oppressing them. We were in a position of power over them and used that power to make them do things for us. That is the definition of oppression.
And now we must clean up after ourselves. I do not see why this is so difficult to understand.
Of course, I never understand anything. I'm just a bache who poops and pees and cries.
Reza is committing to a narrative no one is telling but himself. Couldn't he at least tell more positive lies?
Of course, I never understand anything. I'm just a bache.
Reza, compadre, nobody is giving you that label but you, over and over again. When did Momo say you were a bache? When did Momo say you don't understand anything?
He didn't. He just treats me like it because I haven't lived for 400,000 years like you old vampires. You know he's so old-fashioned he doesn't even like gugush?
What's gugush?
She is like the Persian beaches.
You have no idea what you're talking about!
You're such a short fuse, mon sang de feu. Why are you so angry?
You are the reason I am angry! Anger is a reaction to injustice, and my anger tells me that you're looking down on me!
Oh, yeah, you're emotionally stunted, sir.
It is healthy to trust one's emotions, but only to a point.
You are the reason I am angry!
Reza, buddy, you're letting your emotions create a reality that ain't there. We're here in this room because we want things to get better, ain't that so? If Momo just wanted someone to feel superior to, there's plenty of mortals out there who would love to be taken in by a vampire.
Well, maybe he would be happier with a teenage mortal girl.
Whew, dang, Reza's pretty steamed. I ain't sure this session is going to a good place. What can I do?
End the session, crack a joke, tame the wild stallion within Reza.
Reza, nobody's here to hurt you. You're a good vampire. Ain't nobody doubting that. And it's okay to be angry.
Of course it is! I'm just trying to do something good in this world!
We know you are. You're all right. You fight hard. That's a good thing. But we're here because we care about you.
I'm so angry all the time!
I've been that way too. But you're among friends. So go ahead, be angry.
I'm just so tired! I'm tired of fighting! I'm tired of feeling like a useless piece of shit!
My sweet, you are not a piece of shit. I love you.
Oh, let's just take a minute.
My eyes hurt.
Well, no duh.
I know, amigo. Crying ain't fun for us vampires. But sometimes we gotta let it out.
You must think I'm not a man at all, Sam Walls.
Reza, don't go reading my mind. I don't think that at all. A real man ain't scared to feel his feelings. That's all you're doing here.
Whatever you do, do not let any of the shredders tell you otherwise. At least you have functioning, emotional, healthy boundaries. And, you know, not... Oh, whatever the trend is. What the hell was it? How do I work around this? Not releasing the floodgates and keeping everything into yourself because that will actually give some men cancer.
He speaks the truth, mon cœur. I told you so often that I love your passion.
I guess so.
I know so. You are a man, and you are a splendid man.
Do you think we can keep talking, Reza? Would you like to stop for tonight?
No, it's all right. We can talk. I'm such a fuck up. I try to help my people, but I can't do anything. I can't be a good revolutionary, and I can't be a good partner.
Reza sounds devastated, but this devastation blinds him to the good he does do.
I'm such a fuck-up.
Did I not?
I try to help my people.
Poor Reza sounds
Reza, let's be real for a sec. What are you supposed to do as a revolutionary? You can't control a revolution. You both are living proof of that. Well, not exactly living, but you know what I mean.
Look what they did to me.
I know, they did the same thing to me.
People are gonna do what they're gonna do. You can lead a horse to water, but there's no way you can make him drink. But you got that horse in front of that water, and that counts for something. Compadre, I'm asking you for a little self-compassion. You done a lot for your cause. Hell, you died for it. You gotta realize that you're good enough.
But it's not fair. I gave my life for a cause and I get nothing for it. But these religious zealots give nothing and win the country.
I know, it ain't fair. But we gotta accept that wanting fairness ain't gonna make it happen. That might seem dark, but it's a truth we gotta roll with. You're gonna resent the whole world if you're keeping some kind of cosmic score.
I know, I do. That's why I don't believe in God. Why would I?
Yet you still hope the invisible hand of fairness is gonna make things right. The truth is that life is complicated. There's good and bad all mixed up in a big old pot of humanity, and we'll take the goodness where we can get it. You've been doing your part for your people, Reza. You deserve to care about yourself, and you deserve to care about this relationship.
I guess so. But it is so hard when everything that's wrong with the relationship is my fault.
Thing is, relationship problems are almost never one person's fault. Momo, I think you've got some work to do too.
Moi? Mon ami, I am 250 years old. I have sorted out my issues. I have accepted the world as it is and now live peaceably within it.
Uh-huh.
Well, thing is, the world's always changing and we gotta evolve with it, especially when we're sharing our lives with someone else.
I have to say, for such an old vampire, you think very much like a mortal. Humanity struggles because they cannot reason. They cannot find their own purpose. Even when they reject the gods, they create new ones.
Uh-huh.
Compadre, let me shoot straight with you. You had this whole cult of reason thing you said, right? Ain't that just turning reason into a religion?
Quoi? No, I'm mocking religion.
Uh-huh.
And you've ridden on a pretty high horse with that mockery. Some people might even say that you're making absence of faith into a faith. Any chance that superiority gets in the way of setting people free?
I merely wish to help humanity stand up for itself. They should know better than to follow religious leaders.
Maybe you'd win more hearts and minds if you just lived your truth. And maybe you wouldn't make Reza here feel so bad for having his own faith that he can do something good in the world.
Well played, American. You are wiser than you look.
Ain't the first time I've heard that.
Very well. Reza, I apologize. I have been dismissive of you, even of the things I admire about you, and I am sorry for it.
Okay, there's another Twitch ad break coming through, and I actually need to take care of something real quick. Please use this time to get water, stretch, do what you need to do. We'll be right back. You're not going to miss anything. I'll be right back. I thought I heard a cat, but no, we're okay. That I heard a yelly baby, but no. He must be curled up somewhere. Let me get my space set up again. Okie dokie. In theory, we should all be back from ads. Hopefully we got water, stretched a little bit. And here we go back.
Thank you. I just want you to notice the good things about me, not just my messes.
I do sound sucré.
I think we're finally getting to a good place. Maybe we can make some compromises here, huh? Momo, maybe you can let Reza work on his passions. And Reza, maybe you can agree to clean up some more around the castle. Or you can start paying your familiars to do it.
I guess our relationship is doomed if I don't clean up.
We will work on things together, my sweet. I will be patient with you if you are patient with me.
I can do that. I still want to be with you.
I'm glad to hear it. You two have got all the time in the world to work stuff out. We're gonna see some messy times, but we gotta go with the flow and give each other and ourselves a little grace. Think we can do that?
I will try.
I will as well. I don't need Reza continuing to think I am an ancient know-it-all of a man.
And we're not gonna read each other's minds, or we're gonna try not to, right? Whatever Reza thinks of you, he's gonna tell you and not stew on it. Ain't that so, partner?
Yes, you are an ancient know-it-all man, Momo.
I know I can be quite a pompous bourgeois bastard. No wonder they cut my head off.
Well, let's go easy on the labels, too. So, how are we feeling now?
I think we're gonna be okay.
Yes, I think so too.
I'm glad to hear it. Let's check in next month. We'll try out some of these new listening and compassion skills we're learning and see how it goes.
You're a good man.
I'm good and bad, just like any other human. All right, you two, fly on safe.
Au revoir, cowboy copain.
My goodness, that was intense, wasn't it?
Sure as hell was. I feel like I've gotten stuck in a tanning bed. How do you think they're doing, boss?
We can never know, can we? All I know is that you did excellent work, my dear. You are quite the teacher of compassion. Our kind have much to learn from you.
Sure as heck wish there weren't so many who needed my help, but that's being human, I guess. In fact, I know there's someone out there in Leipzig who's crying out for help, and I'm gonna find him.
You know you don't have to, my friend. There are many in the club who would love to feel your fangs in their neck.
But they don't need me as much as this person does.
Very well, Samuel. Please do not burn yourself out, though. We are very sensitive to flame.
I know. I think some air will do me good anyway.
Then I wish you luck, my friend. Do enjoy the night air, and I will see you anon.
All right, Andy, you have a good night.
You too, my friend. Rest in peace.
Alright, come here, daddy issues. Come here. Daddy issues. Come here. Daddy issues.
That was a good night. I think them boys will be getting along a little better. Now I'm getting close to solving this back mystery. I can feel it. I think tonight's the night I check out the graveyard. Oh, hey, Bert. What do you know about the local graveyards? Oh, yeah? Can you give me some directions? Uh-huh. And then? Actually, can you repeat all that? Oh, that way? Well, thanks, Bert. You have yourself a fine night.
Have fun, Mike.
Oof, dang. This place is a lot spookier than the graveyards back home. Wouldn't want to be stuck in them tombs. Wonder how often vampires get locked away here. If there's a vampire hiding out here, I'll find him. Looks like someone's been here, that's for certain.
To a vampire call.
Boy, oh boy, what a beautiful night to wander a graveyard alone. Me walking around with my type O negative blood and my clean-shaven neck. Yep, a night walk's the perfect thing for a good circulation. Better not cut myself on something. The blood'll gush everywhere. Dang, nothing? Oh, dang. Maybe there ain't no one here right now. Guess it was too much to hope that this backhasser would drop in my lap. Oh well, guess I'll head back. Dun 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 dun.
Verhalten, Schweinehund! Singt nicht seine verwirrten Melodien!
You know what? He does look like a rat.
Holy shit, who the heck are you?
Englisch! Raus hier, Englisch! Lass mich in Ruhe!
hurt you.
Ich verstehe Ihre schmutzige Sprache nicht. Raus mit euch!
You're a Bach, ain't you? I'm here to help.
Bach? Ich? Wilhelm Friedemann Bach ist nicht ein Bach. Nein, es gibt nur einen Bach. Keine Söhne, keine Töchter. Wir sind alle tot. Tot, hörst du?
I don't know what the heck he's saying, but I know there are some distortions in there. I'll try some of my old favorites.
Verstehst du denn nicht? Ich bin ein Nichts. Es gibt nur einen Bach und der ist tot.
He said something about Tot is dead. Not a Bach. Bach is dead. Label?
Hey, fella, what you're doing there?
Meine Worte.
Well, shucks, I guess that's what I get for giving therapy to someone who didn't ask for it. I don't think these distortions are gonna do the job. Only one thing I can do can help.
Lass mich Englisch. Das ist ein Friedhof. Lass mich in Frieden leiden.
There, you're scared, I know. It's normal to be scared. You're right to be scared. There's a lot to be afraid of, friend, but not me. I would never think of hurting you.
Was machst du denn? Ich...
You don't gotta be alone, amigo. I got you.
Nicht allein?
Phil, I don't know your language, but I know a man who does. You wanna come with? We can get you some help.
Komm mit.
That's right, Phila. We can help you commit.
Komm mit. Jawohl.
Come on, compadre. Let's get you some help. And maybe a bath. Well, another case closed for Sam Walls.
Carry on, my wayward son. Rescue a disconcerted child.
And he looks shook out of his saddle to see another old vampire living in Leipzig. I think Bach Jr.'s in good hands, though.
Bach Jr.?
After a night of confronting ghouls in a graveyard, though, I just want to watch cartoons. Oh, death ain't so spooky. It can be fun.
I actually don't know if I can watch this.
Might have a few daymares after that. Oh, well, bedtime for Sam.
Good evening, my dear friend. I am looking forward to watching you work tonight.
Found the right man of Leipzig.
I'm glad I can provide a little entertainment for a 3,000-year-old. It might not be that amusing to watch, though. Momo and Reza seem to be a little bit more accepting of each other's differences.
I believe it is so, but our relationship is always work. If we are properly living, or unliving, our humanity only becomes more complex with age.
I gotta confess, I'm a little out of my element in that department. I haven't had a real relationship since I died.
A pity for the vampire dating world that you are not part of it. It is bad out there, Samuel.
Voice of experience, huh?
At my age, I am the voice of experience by default. I only hope to learn from those experiences. In truth, I prefer to date mortals. Vampires tend to live in the past, but mortals have no option but to live in the present.
Maybe I can ask you a few questions about it. I've been meaning to ask. You're a heck of a lot older than Crimson. Ain't that a little weird?
Admittedly, yes. Crimson gets few of my references. She was not present for the end of antiquity, the classical world, the Dark Ages, feudalism, or imperialism.
Doesn't that create some problems? She's got a lot less experience than you do.
I cannot disrespect her for this. Her experience is unique to her, and that is what I try to appreciate. But I admit we are often frustrated with one another. She finds my resistance to technology difficult, but I was around for several industrial revolutions, so I do not see how she can be so cavalier about the dangers of technology. She is impatient about the slow advancement of human rights, like Reza, but I value her fiery spirit. Even you, my friend, have juvenile impatience at your tender vampire age, but this is what makes both you and Crimson attractive.
You sure it just ain't the allure of young flesh?
Well, we are not supposed to say that part out loud. I suppose I seek to hold on to my youth and openness to the passage of time, just as Momo does.
So everyone knows we vampires are horny bastards. How does that change in a vampire relationship?
We get kinkier and more experimental. Our disgust at the unconventional lessens with familiarity. A relationship can be a safe space for a vampire to explore.
Shucks, I don't think there's much wrong with conventional sex.
Are you sure you must return to the United States, my friend? There is much to explore here.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Seems like our kind don't go in for monogamy much. Why is that?
Vampires are complex. We experience either a deep understanding or a deep rejection of our own humanity. It is highly unlikely that one person can fulfill all our needs. Crimson's younger partners provide her with something different from what an ancient vampire offers, and I feel no jealousy when she engages with them. And Crimson cannot fulfill certain desires of mine, not because of unwillingness, but because of simple biology and age. I will spare you the details.
Oh. Okay.
Thanks for that. Well, I think the best way for me to learn about vampire relationships is probably to be in one.
Are you looking for love, my friend?
Well, not looking exactly. But if a John Muir type lands in my lap, I ain't gonna turn him away.
Oh, Samuel, it has been more than 100 years since John Muir died.
Yeah, I know. I gotta move on. Like I said, I won't turn down an opportunity if it comes up.
I hope not, my friend. But hark, I believe I hear our couple approaching. Choose your distortions well.
Bop, bop. 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 We'll see.
Got my tools ready. Time for some therapy.
Very good, Samuel. May your compassion and patience lead your clients to more contented nights.
Thanks, Andy. Evening, gentlemen. How we doing tonight?
Oh, that's not good.
Salam, Mr. Waltz. I think I am feeling good tonight.
I'm glad to hear that, Reza.
Oh, that's right.
Momo?
He doesn't like pleasantries.
No, I am not all right. And I believe I have you to blame for it.
Me? Well, what did I do?
You put all sorts of funny ideas into dear Reza's head. And now he has lost his mind thanks to you.
Huh.
Maybe we better lay our cards on the table. What's been going on? Why do you think Reza's lost his mind?
Well, go ahead, Reza. Take your shirt off and show the man what you have done to yourself.
Pardon?
Well, all right.
Hey, that's a fine tattoo, friend. I ain't never been inked myself. A little afraid of needles.
Look
What's
at it.
mean?
It's a fish! And some reeds? No, 2 fish. Yin yang fish?
They're koi fish. They go with the flow, but they don't stop being what they are.
That's a nice meaning.
Hey, I like that. That's a great perspective. You want to accept the world for what it is without compromising yourself.
Yes, that is why I incorporated my bullet holes. I died for my cause because I care about it, and I always will. I can still be myself and make an impact on the world without expecting to completely change it.
Okay, so why does he have a problem with this?
Well, dang, Reza. That's a beautiful way of looking at things.
Is it? You should hear the melt that comes from his beautiful mouth now. The world belongs to those who let go. He whose desires or few gets them. He whose desires or many goes astray. My dear Reza has fallen from reason and breathed the opiate of the masses, religion, into his dead lungs.
Why are you so angry? I finally listened to you, to both of you. I am learning to accept what I cannot change.
I am upset because I thought I was dating a freethinker like myself, not one who quotes from ancient books.
Okay.
Well, what's he talking about, Reza? You find some kind of religion?
Well, yes. I think I have been looking for answers for a long time, and I started to find them in the Tao Te Ching.
Ugh. I thought you were an intelligent man, but here you are believing in yet another sky daddy that will only hurt you.
I think this is just, you have some father issues, just in general.
I'm not even religious. I'm just trying to find my peace with the world and understand my place in it. Why is that bad? You were right, Momo. I was getting so angry about things I couldn't change. But I am still here. I'm still me. I still believe in the fight for freedom, but I need to accept my place in that fight.
You're not wrong about that, darling. But I cannot believe that you would turn your back on reason to do it.
Sir, you need all types.
Reason told me that the universe is wrong and broken. The Tao tells me that the universe simply is.
Do you hear him? He sounds like a monk. He has given up on being a part of the world and now lives outside it.
Uh-huh.
I have done no such thing. I am just trying to make peace with my place in the world.
And the way to do that is to become a sheeple?
I don't have anything for him.
I understand now, I think. You don't respect people who don't think the way you do.
I don't respect people who spurn reason as the one true God.
Don't you understand? You are just as dogmatic as the ones who took over my country. You started the cult of reason for the sole purpose of mocking your fellow humans. I'm not surprised they cut off your head.
Oh, you like that I was beheaded, do you? Yes, they cut off my head because reason is the most terrifying thing in the world to the chained mind. And I would go through it again. In fact, I invite them to cut off my head again and again.
Why? What does it get you? Fine, you are smarter than everyone else. Now what? What does it make better? You think I am a fool. You disrespect me. You think I'm no different from a mullah or an inquisitor.
Whoa, I'll stop you there, Reza. I know you're feeling judged, but you're mind reading here and going to extremes.
No, I'm afraid he isn't. It's true. I don't respect him, not anymore.
You serious? Reza finding a little piece has made you really see him differently?
It would be ridiculous for me to see him otherwise. I am a man of reason.
Dear God, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Dear Reason Man. Bloody hell. He was a ball of anger. At least he didn't go, I don't know, full extremist. He's just like, okay, I'm gonna go meditate. Thank you.
I feel sorry for you, Momo. You're an intelligent man. You have a deep understanding of the world, and that made you so attractive to me. But maybe you aren't curious about understanding other people. I think we both know this relationship has been over for a while.
I would have been content if you had simply adapted to the cold embrace of reason as I have. We could have enjoyed intellectual pursuits together for eternity.
I will only ever be me, Momo.
That is a shame.
Pardon?
Very well, therapist. I hope you are happy. You've destroyed a relationship.
Hombre, I ain't here to save or destroy your relationship. I'm here to find reality, no matter what it is. Man of reason ought to appreciate that, right?
I suppose so. It seems that reality bites, with fangs sharper than my own.
Sir, you're not listening to him.
That's it then. Maybe it is better that we find our own paths.
Perhaps my needs are better fulfilled elsewhere.
I mean, we don't have to end that part of our relationship.
Indeed, no. It would be a pity if I could not see that airy chest again.
Yay, compromise.
You mean this one?
Yes, that one. Your animal side should still be intact, yes?
I am the same person, Momo.
Oh, well, then this is acceptable.
I will still move out. A castle is too much for me, but I think we can still have fun.
You two gonna be okay then?
I imagine so. I will be Momo, Reza will be Reza. Reason says it cannot be otherwise.
I wish I had more stuff to fight back some of the shit he was saying, but alright.
Well, I'm sorry we couldn't have a fairy tale ending here, but if we're not fighting reality, I think we're doing the prudent thing. If y'all need me, I'll be here for you.
Thank you. I think I would like a therapist.
I'll give you my Vmail address. Well, I guess we're done here, huh?
Yes. It is sad, but I am relieved.
That's just how life goes sometimes, ain't it? All right, you two, I'll let you get going then. I hope the new arrangement will be good for both of you.
Well, I suppose I'll still get what I want. Very well, therapist. Bonne nuit to you.
That's kind of the crux of it, isn't it? I'll still get what I want, okay. And he just wanted someone to understand him a little bit. Even if they don't apply to the same, religions or whatever. It's just a little bit of...
And Khodafez.
Yeah.
An unexpected end to the evening, but perhaps the best one.
Help a client find a new path. Give me that old time religion.
Reza seems to have found some measure of peace, and Momo is not ready to be flexible in his thinking yet. It is common among our kind.
So I'm discovering. I wish I could have helped them two find some kind of middle ground, though.
It isn't up to you, my dear. A couple is not a unit, but one and one. And who knows? Perhaps in 1,000 years, Momo and Reza will be a wonderful couple.
Relationships ain't easy in life or death, I reckon. But this was probably a growing experience for both of them.
He's still a shredder.
Truth be told, even though it didn't work out, I'm a little envious.
It need not be so, Samuel. I am certain that there are many who would love to experience a passionate, compassionate cowboy.
Oh, shucks, boss. If it happens, it happens. I ain't in no rush.
They're really teeing up for him to get a relationship. I'm curious.
Then I hope you will be caught by surprise, my dear. Well, I will leave you to it. Tonight is the last night of Bachfest. I hope you will go out and enjoy the music.
I will. Now that Wilhelm's in good hands, I can relax and enjoy it.
Do so, my friend. Your evening off is well earned. Rest in peace.
Come on, can I get like a small date? Just an itty bitty bit of a date.
Well, I was hopeful for them two fellas, but I think Rez has just outgrown Momo.
Yep. He wanted an immature child to match himself, and then by the time the child got more emotionally mature, he had no interest.
Love ain't easy for us immortals, but I gotta hope. What do you think, Johan? Think there's any hope for us old folks?
Talking to dead men again?
Joanna, hey! I was hoping I'd see you again tonight. That was some mighty fine flute playing you did the other night.
Thank you, Sam. You're an old soul, I think. I wasn't surprised you liked Bach.
Well, the man certainly had a gift.
Did you end up finding his children?
Yeah, I did actually. I think they're in a better place now.
Being dead is in a better place?
Oh, it ain't so bad. You get used to it after a while, right?
You are a very odd duck. Has anyone ever told you that?
I don't think so, but I like the sound of it.
Then you are a very odd duck, Sam.
You gotta tell me something, though. How do you play the flute like that with fangs?
Fangs? You don't know how to play the flute at all, do you, Sam? You just bring the head to your lips, loosen your jaw, and blow.
Oh no, she destroyed it!
Would you like me to teach you how to play Bach, Sam?
Oh, very much, ma'am. Very much. I'm afraid I'm heading back to the States soon, though.
So am I. But we don't need to worry about that right now. Bach will play all night. What do you say, partner?
Do it! Do it!
You got a point. We don't control the future. All we got is now.
So what should we do with now?
There's something I love doing more than anything. Something I usually do alone, but right now, I'd love to have you join me.
Are they just gonna go watch cartoons?
Oh, what's that, Sam?
Joanna, I'd be honored if you'd take a walk with me.
Aw, that's actually sweet.
Why, I'd be tickled pink, sir.
Mortal Temptations, take it. Ah, take a chance on love. Look at that sad cowboy man. Most improved programmer. Trying to smell. Oh, he did it again. He played both of them again. Damn, he's got range. Most improved programmer and played what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 characters. Holy shit. Made with support from Made in Board. Inspired by actual fan. If you're reading this, we think you're awesome. We'd probably be friends IRL. Thank you for supporting Little Bat Games. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. Oh, we still have some time left. Shall we go into the other free DLC then? I think it's the third story of Andromedos. Because we did Blood of Troy, we did Spanish Nights, Fathoms Below. Since I am curious about the rest of his backstory, we'll get into this. To be played after.
Hey, Andy, you ready for our therapy sesh, partner? Hey there, you ain't Andy. Panoptabella, what are you doing here?
I was looking for the bathroom.
Sure, you don't blink.
Well, this ain't the bathroom.
I can see that. I'll go then.
Hey, Chief, what's going on?
Panoptabella and I were simply having an exchange.
Oh, this is the start of it then.
In exchange of what?
Samuel, my dear, you do not need to know everything. It is not my business to share. We are here for my therapy session, are we not?
Yeah, that's right. How are you doing, boss?
In truth, I feel much improved, my friend. I believe unburdening myself to you has been most helpful. My lightening of spirit comes with its own distortions, however. Which would you like to focus on tonight?
Disqualifying the pot, I can't. Mind reading. Sometimes he does control fallacy. Nosferatu thinking. Labeling are always right. We'll try.
I think I've got what I need to handle an ancient vampire. Go on, Chief. What's been on your mind?
The last century has been a bit isolating. Other elder vampires think themselves above self-improvement, so we have little to speak of.
It is very much like that asshole from The Witcher 3. He just hangs out in his fucking cave. Doesn't even come out for tea. No, he just likes to hang out in his cave and sniff rocks. I'm fine if you want to sniff rocks, but seriously, to this extent, it's a lot.
Well, I guess that ain't no surprise. New ways of thinking don't usually come out of retirement communities.
Indeed. We elderly often prefer to sing praises to old glories, but there is no glory in my past.
I mean, technically it's not a new thinking, but there's a reason why you need to be aware of the loofah system if you're going to go to a retirement home community. Or the pineapple system. Just, yeah. Yeah. I got a friend who lived at one point in time by a retirement community, and loofahs were used as a code system. They would hang it off their door handles or the the mirrors of their little go caddies. Yeah. Fear the ones who have a lot of loofahs. That's all I'm saying. That there's some code. Sorry. No glory.
I want to stop you there, Chief. There is no glory in my past, only death. You're 3,000 years old. Can you really say you got nothing to be proud of in that time?
I am not proud to be an effective killer, my friend.
I just have trouble believing all you did was kill and sleep for 3,000 years.
That is fair. I have met many fascinating people and seen many forgotten wonders.
See, there you go. Don't go tossing out the blood with the blood bag.
You are correct. Against my own wisdom, I hope to erase the parts of my unlife that bring me shame.
Well, it's like you told me. Everyone's got cognitive distortions, and we ain't ever gonna get over them.
Too true. I must accept the evil so that I can appreciate the good. I confess I often wish to give myself a pass, because in hindsight my evil was so pointless. Have you ever heard the phrase, the banality of evil?
Oh, no, but I can guess what it means.
Evil is pathetic or boring, dumb. They basically mean the same thing, so it's like, it is boring.
It just means evil is boring. It's like you said, there ain't no glory in being a bastard. It's just tired and petty.
It is true that people often commit acts of evil in order to be seen and validated, and yes, it is petty, but it does not speak to the banality of evil. Historian Hannah Arendt coined this phrase to describe the actions of some Nazi leaders.
Oh, I don't like how that's relevant right now.
In Western tradition, when we think of evil, we imagine powerful creatures of darkness intent on hurting others.
Oh wait, it means the plainness of evil.
Even in this understanding, evil has no ideology. It is, as you say, dumb. And when we perceive evil as dumb, it is tempting to simply dismiss it. If I live in a life that is no longer evil, it does not feel right to be judged by the centuries I spent in dumbness. Indeed, it was the realization of the banality of evil that made me question it.
Well, how's that?
Well, you and I know what effective killers we are. There is no mortal that would dare stand against us. We are physically superhuman. But are we truly greater beings than mortals? How many people do you think I have killed, Samuel?
Well, you being 3,000 years old and all, I bet you've killed.
Brain is overcomplicating it. I am now thinking, okay, is it like hand-to-hand combat, or is he extending it to his actions as well?
You must have killed a few thousand mortals.
No, my friend. Even if I had sought to be a more ethical vampire, I have lived for more than 1,000,000 nights. I have killed far more than a few thousand mortals. The truth is, I have no idea how many people I have killed. I was certain, however, that I was the dominant force of death in the world. But in the 20th century, humanity showed me that I was far from superhuman. If I thought I was detached from the value of life, World War I showed me I was not special in this.
Oh, yeah. I kind of missed both of the world wars. I was busy walking at that time.
Oh, that's a vibe. That is a vibe.
They were terrible, Samuel. Mass death events have happened before. The Napoleonic Wars, the Taiping Rebellion, and even older wars killed millions.
How many loaves of bread have you eaten, Therapist Dio? It was me! Dio! Yeah, Dio's a bit of a... Yeah, he's a little bit of a special variety, isn't he? I'm still trying to get through, oh, what is that? Stone Ocean. The Netflix one. Something scary priest.
But the industrialization of war turned corpses into mere numbers. Humanity could kill its enemies without ever seeing their faces. I was there on the Western Front. I saw mortars and mustard gas used indiscriminately, men ripped to unidentifiable shreds. Day after day, month after month, the bodies filled mass graves, each death contributing to no ultimate goal. Back then, I was a creature who saw death as glorious. I thought that mortals were food, owed to me because I was greater than they.
I think the last one I watched was when they were in one city. Oh, that would be, Crazy, Noisy, Busy Town. What is it? It's... Was it before? No, it was the one before the Italian escapades. When they're actually dealing with proper bloodlines. White Suit Jotaro? Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's 4 or 5. Let's see. Let me think. 1, 2, 3. It would be the 4th one, because the 5th is Italian Mafia. I guess technically I'm the 6th Stone Ocean, and I think 7 is Steel Ball Run? I don't know. Maybe. I lose track after Stone Ocean. I'm gonna be frank.
This casual mass murder showed me that I was not above my humanity. Murder was humanity. I'm afraid, Samuel, that I quite lost my appetite for blood. I did not think such a thing was possible for a vampire.
Dang, you must have been pretty depressed.
You could say that. I was disgusted. With myself. With humanity. Certainly with my own humanity. One night, standing on a North Sea beach, utterly lost, I walked into the sea. Water filled my lungs, but I did not die. I kept walking into the cold gloom, to whatever fate would befall me.
What were you thinking in that moment?
I was not. Without a purpose, all I had was walking. That was all that mattered.
That actually does make a lot of sense, I reckon. I did much the same thing.
I thought you would understand. Yes, I did not walk for a purpose. Perhaps I was walking to find a purpose.
So, what happened?
The light of moon and sun faded away. I saw things in the darkness. Flashes of nightmares, giant eyes peering at me in the gloom.
There's OG Jonathan, young oh my god guy, then old oh my god guy, young Jotaro, then slightly older White Suit Jotaro. So I guess I watched up to 4. Yeah, because after 4 it's blonde And then, look, we gave you a woman. And then it goes to America. And then after that, I guess it's a sailor. I'm not sure. I have not read the actual comic, so I don't. The only thing the only thing that got me interested in it, funny enough, was when what were those like subscription boxes that had geek stuff in it? They're really popular. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, they had an anime box, and one of the boxes had this really nice series 4 boxu. No, it was Loot Crate. There we go. They had an anime loot crate, and one of the loot crates came in with a nice ball cap that was entirely oh, that rings a bell. Yeah, it was entirely, what is it called? Stardust Crusaders. There we go. And it was like all these little chibi versions embroidered on there. I'm like, there's a chicken man. The lining was a chicken man. At least one of the chicken mouths. Some chibis were on there. Well, it was chibis on the lining, but the main bit of it was the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure embroidered. So it's a purple hat. It's a very nice hat. I'm like, let's look into this. I'm like, oh my god. Granted, it took me a little bit to get through Jonathan's stuff because I was like kind of sleeping. Young, oh my god, Joseph, that's his name. Young Joseph, take or leave. I know that's heresy. I do like Jotaro. And just the whole, whatever that scene was in 3 Stardust Crusaders where they're giving each other, Joseph couldn't remember his name yet. Yeah, it's all Joe's, and then you're like, which one is it? Which one? Oh, that's right. And then it's the like a hand gesture one of, I can see your underwear. I'm like, okay, it's stupid humor. This is fine.
I felt the heat of volcanic plumes, saw explosions of strange life in the corpses of dead whales. Predators like myself abound in the deep places of the world. These ghosts in the darkness consumed one another.
And we can never look at the cherries again. Oh, same way again. Yeah.
As I walked further still, I came upon the wreckage of a great ship, littered with material reminders of the mortals who once walked its decks.
I'm sorry, you found the Titanic?
I will never forget the experience of seeing this.
Also, it's a trip that game audio is locked to the left, depending on who's talking. Yep. It's in my headphones too. I'm like, oh. It was wild when there's 2 over here, and I'm like, my ears are sort of getting used to it, but not really.
I had to sketch the great ship as soon as I could. It was named the Titanic.
The Titanic? I remember that story. John Muir would say it was a symbol of man's hubris. He could be a grumpy old cuss sometimes.
I saw it more as a symbol of nature's ignorance of humanity's hubris.
Oh, I know, it's more immersive, so you can be there for the therapy, but it's also slowly getting you into ASMR. Whatever you do, don't look... Well, I mean, I guess you could. Don't look into, my boyfriend kidnaps me. Or you kidnap your boyfriend ASMR. Some of it can get a little... And then sometimes it's just like, oh. Setting aside, this is lovely triggers, thank you. Huh. Yeah. There's some, let's just say... sure, they're talking to you, but it should be under a not safe for work tag. And then there's some of it that's just like, oh, this is just stupid humor. This is funny. Usually I like the ones, who do I like? Goodnight Moon has a lot of them that are, she builds up a lot of her sets. So then like she has a fantasy series where it's like very high set value. Like the lighting and then crackling, well, like in the background here, crackling fires and just like accurate, sometimes era accurate baubles and trinkets, and then there's a whole slew of like D&D stuff. And it's just like, if you like ASMR or like you do get the tingles up and down. She does a lot of that, but even then, a lot of them that are like, there's no like jump scares, because there is, what is her name? There's one that does truly cursed ASMR. Just look up Lord Farquaad ASMR. You'll find her. She's kind of prolific. It's an entire shitpost of a quote-unquote ASMR. And then Shrek trying to hit you up for a date. Farquaad ASMR sounds sufficiently cursed. Oh no, I can't remember the artist's name on YouTube. You look up Farquaad ASMR, even Shrek type, well okay, if you type in Shrek tries to date you, you will come up with a bunch of things. Another big ASMR artist is GB, and for her, it was one of her milestones that happened recently, reenacted the entire Shrek with a bunch of different ASMR artists, the full script in Shrek in ASMR. Down to the fucking timestamps. Damn, that's impressive. Yeah, it was. I haven't even gone through all. I'm like, oh, this is. Yeah. You can apparently run it alongside Shrek to get the ASMR audio while watching the official Shrek visuals. Ooh, yeah. She also had another one. Oh, what did GB do? I can't remember. It was a whole thing, but she has one of the B movie too. I need to experience this somehow. JIBI. I think she also does streams every so often. I've never caught one. But anyway, the point of this was, sometimes I just need, when my brain just won't go to sleep at night and I'm not necessarily looking for ASMR, I will still put one on because my brain just latches onto it and it stops fucking thinking about everything. And just listens to, okay, what is your order? Tippa. Ah, yes, I'm gonna put it in my system. What's your name? Interesting. And then I can fall asleep easier. Okay, back to the game.
The creatures of the cold deep paid it no mind.
Lol, yeah.
The death all around them. No bodies to speak of.
So yeah, there is let's say smexy time ASMRs. Then there's also actual very nice, okay, you're here for the ASMR. Then there's a cringe and shit poster ASMR. I could have sworn there was another VTuber that got popular because they had an audio ASMR of your vampire boyfriend disintegrates. And you accidentally open the curtain and it's just him dying.
I think it was then that I finally understood. Death, as a state of nature, has no meaning. Death only has whatever meaning we give it. And my death had none.
You know, I'm pretty sure Eddie Keene said exactly the same thing.
I do not deny it. Edmund was in some ways correct. If we do not give our unlives meaning, do they have meaning?
That's still Nosferatu thinking and disqualifying the positive. You ain't the only one that gets to define the meaning of life and death.
Looks like the original might have been taken down, but a couple of fans uploaded. Oh no! I didn't realize that. Well, you will still have Farquaad ASMR, I know that much. What does she have? She has the Farquaad one, there's your fucking Shrek series that Shrek is creeping on you. The dad that the vampire Adam Sandler plays. She's got one of that. Yeah, she's got some wild ones.
Death doesn't erase the memory of a person, just the body.
I suppose one could say their hearts will go on.
Lol, never mind. 3 hours ago, she uploaded Ogre ASMR with blurred ears. Okay, which one are we talking about? GB or the Farquaad ASMR person? I now have to click myself. No, not that. Why, damn curse you, autocorrect. Similar length, so legally distinct movie, GB, yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Maya Winky ASMR. That's the Lord of the Cursed ASMR I'm thinking of. Jimmy Neutron. Oh, she's got a Chica. She's got Lumiere. She's got the Onceler. There's Humpty Dumpty. I forgot she had a whole emo boyfriend series where it's just like she uses a filter to look like a guy, and then it jostles every so often, and then that's part of the cringe. Draco Malfoy. Yep, there's oh yeah, I forgot. Gobby does your makeup. Yeah, that's. I'll be honest, I can't watch hers for very long because then I just get too weirded out, but it's there. Oh, she does the costume too. Yep.
I hope you ain't gonna sing it.
Don't worry, my friend. I think we all heard that song a little too much. But you are right. I was so sure I understood death, but I
wasn't expecting IRL Farquaad to start moving. No, there's at least an attempt. Although there's two of them that are just the Tim Burton one and the Hotel Transylvania ones are a little funky because she extends her face shape with like it's either like makeup or the other one is like Party City kind of like extension for a chin. You start watching just the chin move.
I get it. There's a reason we're in the same business, I reckon.
Your reckoning is well perceived, and I am grateful that I had my own reckoning. As I watched the creatures of the deep swimming among the wreckage of the great ship, I realized how small my life truly was. I had wondered for many centuries what it would be like to venture into space.
So I assume we're Sam. Yeah. So
my need was satisfied.
We play Mr. Cowboy over here, and this is his mentor at the time. And basically we've gotten to a point of, hey man, do you need therapy? And he was like, yes, I would like to dive into some of my own problems. Thank you very much. It's therapist on therapist action.
For once, I felt small, powerless, a small spark of life in the void.
Oh my, yes. He's nicely backed off because he's had boundaries, but he's nicely joked every so often of and he's like, I'm not German, going, oh, I don't know, man. It's like, no, I'm straight. Are you sure? A lot of vampires after a couple of years like to experiment. He's like, no thank you, sir, I'm fine. He's like, all right, winky winky winky.
All my unlife was a primal scream. I am here, I matter. But I finally understood that I could never be heard.
And he's sounding a heck of a lot like Isabella. Either all the world hears him or no one does.
All my...
I think I get what you're saying, Andy. The deep woods gave me the same experience of feeling small and insignificant. But we can't help but matter, and it's a control fallacy to say we don't. Maybe we don't get heard in the same way we want to be heard, but that we can't control. But the sea knew you were there, just like the woods knew I was there.
I must admit, Samuel, I am a bit envious of your wisdom at such a young age.
Oh, shucks, I ain't wise. I'm just too much of a fool to know I shouldn't assume too much.
Come now, Samuel, this is my session. You can disqualify the positive later.
Fair enough.
I will say it was a terrifying experience, but one that I am unendingly grateful for. And it was more achievable than going to space.
Vampires in space. I guess there's no real reason why we shouldn't go out there. We got time for long travel.
Is this a crumb for either new DLC or a sequel? Vampires in space? Pigs in space.
Maybe we should take a trip to Mars sometime.
Martian vampires? It's a little silly, Samuel.
Take me to your bleeder.
Oh, Samuel, that is truly terrible. And I adore you for it. Perhaps the day will come when we do visit Mars. I am content to stay here.
But how
There is
portable
much
and
to
space
discover
worthy
about
are the
our
blood bags?
existence on Earth.
Well, okay, that was great, yeah. The humor here is excellent. Well, this is just the free DLC, this bit, because they gave you 3 side stories to get to know this character more. The main game has excellent humor. If you have not played it on your own yet, and you have not watched my playthrough, I would highly recommend. And it's just nice to contemplate. They say, hey, these are just, you know, concepts, don't try to apply them at your own discretion, but it's good just to like, it kind of every so often gives you a nice, oh, I do that. Okay. So it's it helps you a little bit. Not a doctor, but it helps you a little bit. At least it's a nice thought exercise. And then they come around the corner and hit you with a Matt Mercer on the front of your head. Don't become an armchair therapist or whatever the term is. Not a doctor. Shh. I can't remember. What is that from? It's one of the productions. It pops up at the end of Colbert. I see it. It's the little guy. Anyway.
After this dark journey, I walked back across the Atlantic, sustained with fish blood and a new will to understand myself. My timing could not have been better, because a new form of science was just coming into prominence. Psychology, the study of the self.
Okay, so he went into the water after World War I, and he popped back up. So it would be the 30s? 20s or 30s? Damn. Oh, just in time for the next World War. That's nice.
Well, when was this?
Around 1920. I was not the only human being to question humanity's choices after the Great War.
I was close.
Indeed, if humanity did not question itself after such horrors, this would be a condemned world.
You've been around a long time, right? You've seen oppression and violence like I couldn't imagine. But somehow, every time folks get knocked down, they dust themselves off again. I think you're doing a little catastrophizing, boss. Humanity ain't gonna die out so easily.
Perhaps not. I believe the mortals are even more stubborn than we are. The fear of death makes them cling to life.
It's too bad everyone can't just become vampires. Solve a lot of problems.
I think we have enough work on our hands already, my friend. But where was I? Oh, yes. It was my questioning of the self that brought me to this place. Psychology was born right here in Leipzig.
No shit.
None at all, my friend. A man named Wilhelm Wundt lived just on the street. He developed a method where we describe our own thoughts and sensations.
On the other hand, would vampires be able to drink each other? I don't think so, because they don't have a working circulatory system. So there would be nothing to replenish, and then they just kind of dry out like a raisin.
Well, that sounds mighty familiar.
Or at least be, maybe they won't quote-unquote die, but they'd be, like, immobilized because they're like little raisins.
Yes, the hints of cognitive distortions were present already. I read his works voraciously.
Gotcha, all vampires might not be a good long-term plan then. Unless you can get, like, good synthetic blood, but, there was already a character in this that was working on that, and it hasn't panned out quite well yet.
I was obsessed with the study of the self. I became interested in my own feelings.
Have you ever watched True Blood? Nope. I have heard jokes about it, though. But, spoil away if you want to tell me. I don't necessarily have plans to watch it, so go ahead.
Why did I rage for so long? What did it feel like physically? And I realized that my prevailing feeling was always fear. Like Edmund, I was a coward. Oh dear, the similarities are piling up.
Nope. You are not the sad clown man.
Why was I not interested in myself for nearly 3,000 years? I should have shed my ignorance long before.
Hello, creature. Ow. I got yelled at. Where are you? Okay, I guess he just yelled in the hallway. Alright then, I guess he's not coming in. Fine, big baby.
But I did develop an obsession with...
Oh no, he's still yelling.
And it
Oh,
took
maybe
me
he's
to
trying to
some
get his brother
very
to play.
awkward places.
All right, Chief, I'm ready. I ain't afraid of sex, so you can talk to me.
I suppose it was about sex.
Here we go.
This is when I began my studies with Sigmund Freud. I spent much time with him. He shared this obsession with understanding the self.
Oh, okay.
We analyzed each other, which helped us to analyze ourselves. We hid nothing. We knew that we would understand the truth if we laid it bare.
Well, that sounds pretty nice, I gotta say. But what if that certainty that you were right made you see the truth differently?
Excellent observation, Samuel. I am impressed. Yes, our scientific method would have broken Dr. Drain's heart. The bearing of truth in this case was difficult. I horrified him, I believe.
Okay, the premise of the show, literally the opening, so I don't count it as a spoiler, is that vampire scientists have come up with a functional blood alternative so they don't have to drink humans anymore. As such, a large group have decided to come out to humanity, so vampires are openly known now, and so begins the show. Ah. So it's like... Well, no, I don't think it's the Umbrella Association. I haven't played Resident Evil as much, so it's like, hi, we've always been here, but it's fine now. I want to pay taxes now.
And you can't know what Sigmund Freud was thinking. I know you've done some blood-curdling stuff like I have. If he didn't tell you he was horrified, it's only your guessing.
He could have been aroused. It's Sigmund Freud.
I know this is true logically, but I believe we both opened certain boxes that did not need opening.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Take a look at this picture. What is your impression of this woman?
Confused. Stern. I wish you reminded her that she's got good taste in hats.
Well, she knows how to accessorize, that's for sure. Can't go wrong with a good hat.
I'm not much of a hat man myself.
I suppose that perfect hair ain't no accident.
I allow myself a little vanity. This woman was most beloved by Sigmund. She was his mother. He would show me this very picture and say, Andromachos, if she were your mother, you would want to fuck her too.
Just Freud things. Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine. Hi, I just met you at a bar. Look at my mother. I want to fuck her. Honey, that's not a good ice opener. It's oh, you.
I don't use this phrase often for obvious reasons, but what in the Sam hell?
He could not imagine why anyone else would feel differently. Of course, I overshared with him as well. I do not think my recounting of the convent of San Sisto orgy of 1417 helped us to gain a greater sense of self-awareness. Though I always found it humorously ironic the way the nuns still cried out to God.
Boy, you really like a little novelty in the bedroom, don't you?
Oh, Samuel, you are such a millennial.
And he means it literally.
I'm way too old to be a millennial, Andy.
I mean to say that you were born in the last millennium. You will understand when you are over 1,000 years old.
You know, you're not my daddy.
No, I am not. Though perhaps I joke like one.
Oh my god.
But Sigmund had made a grave mistake in our explorations of the self, and in doing so, cast doubt on the truly groundbreaking work we did.
Okay, have you watched The Good Place? I am somewhat into it. How far am I into it? I don't know if it happens anywhere else in the series, but I'll just say accidental marriage. Hey, marry me. Okay. They might have found a neutral place. Well, it's a shack. They found a shack. So I'm not all the way through yet, but I'm catching up.
He eventually died, as mortals do. But my lust for
understanding
was not quenched. I became interested in the philosophy of those of my lifetime, and the philosophy of the modern era. It was like charting a map through humanity. It was invigorating. I felt alive, this feeling showed me that I was on the right path. The thinkers whose works I read all had the same obsession I did. They wanted to unlock the formula of humanity. That was my true aim as well.
Alright, as long as you're not going and shred it like the last guy.
I thought that my immortality made me the ideal student of the self. I had time to question and explore, but I did not account for the fact that the act of questioning made me grow and change myself. I am no longer the man I was yesterday, and tomorrow I shall be someone new. I have become aware of ways in which I could be more mindful, more kind, more fashionable even. I chased the truth, Samuel, and I chased the good. It is a shame that I can only chase them, never catch them.
Well, ain't no. Wrong, but the journey still matters, even if we don't reach our distance. You ain't never gonna be perfect, Chief. Neither am I. You're right. The more aware we are, the more them goalposts are gonna keep moving. We can always be better. But I think you're disqualifying the positive of being good enough. You're trying, Andy, every day. I think that's the battle won right there. You ain't gonna slip now. 4,000-year-old Andy is gonna be a force of good to be reckoned with.
I know. It reminds me of a pearl of wisdom Marcus Aurelius gave me that I could not yet understand. He said, "Waste no time in arguing what a good person should be. Be one."
Oh, that's nice.
I take these words to heart now, but it is hard to not have deep regrets.
I think you know how to address them regrets there, Andy.
Are you going to do the horse thing? I would prefer you didn't.
Do the horse thing.
No, I ain't gonna do the horse thing.
Damn it.
I am relieved. But yes, you know what I need, and I gratefully accept it.
Andy, let's accept all the dark deeds you done. Let's accept that it took you a long time to change. Ain't no getting around that.
I want to see the horse thing. A horse neigh whinnies in the background, and he talks it down like a horse. If you're given the option to do the horse thing in this game, take it. Take it, I say.
It's time to show a little compassion. You're doing your best. You're a better person for all the work you done. You, my friend, are good enough.
Good enough. I suppose I am.
Would you like a hug there, boss?
I would love a hug, my friend.
Aww. Not gonna show us a hug? Oh, it might be stuck. Okay, it was a little bit. Cool, and with that, we've cleared the couples therapy and all the other free DLC. That will require a new drawing. Oh, they gave us a new drawing last time, so they gave us a new drawing at the end of that, so we'll take that. Cool. That was very nice. Ooh, lol, yeah. That was really good. That was really good. Okay, YouTube, thank you for being here. Catch you maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Bye, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. And YouTube is away. Now, let me